Hello and welcome back to Drachmae and Demigods. I am Sammy Ferber, and I'll be your host for the evening. Welcome to the Links of Tartarus campaign. Hope you all had a great holiday, and we're gonna hop right into the story here. I'll be left off at a sort of exciting point, and we'll see where it goes from here. So, previously on the Links of Tartarus. In the lead up to God's Sight Day, the Hands of Fate were checking some last things off their to-do list. One of those things was a task from Artemis, a monster to slay, to give the Hands of Fate some practice with mythic enemies before their eventual battle with Tromokratis, the Kraken Lord. So the party was whisked away to the Forest of Souls, home to an ancient creature known as Arasta of the Endless Web. In a former life, Arasta was a godly woman. In fact, she was a devout follower of Artemis herself. But when Demeter started the first winter, after Hades took Persephone down to the underworld, creating a massive wave of necrotic energy that killed all plant life on Gaia. That's an Australian plant life on Gaia. Arasta was caught near the center of that wave, and was transformed by it. Now, she was a murderous spider creature now, nesting in a thick web at the center of the Forest of Souls, surrounded by her spider children. She put up a good fight when the Hands of Fate came, even seemingly coming back from the brink of death with a sort of exoskeleton created by her children. But even that wasn't enough to protect her from our party. As we ended last session, Arasta lay defeated, dead, at the party's feet. In death, her monstrous form cracked, revealing her true humanoid form within. With her dying breath, she thanked the party for freeing her from this eternal hell she was living. And that's where we come in now. The Hands of Fate are in the heart of Arasta's lair, a thick series of spider webs around and within an enormous tree stump. The night is dark, and getting darker. And as time goes on, the shadows of dead tree branches seem to grow and stretch, as if, in the darkness, this dead forest finds some other sort of life. So, what are you guys doing?
I'm a little offended you didn't call her Rasta the Pasta, as we decreed.
Just a quick question. Are we supposed to hear something from Owlbear? Is there music going?
No.
Okay. Just making sure.
No. You can feel free to play your own music. Stream is hearing some music, and you can play your own.
Heard.
I won't lie. I tried to play music on YouTube, but since I'm using the Teams app now, it won't.
Love that for you.
Well, it plays, but I don't hear it. So that kind of sucks.
Ew, so we're not all dying anymore, right? No one's on like the brink of death, y'all.
Not in game. No.
Don't think so.
Wait,
Sorry.
am I?
I'm okay.
All of us instantly go to check. Wait a minute.
I think I got us all up to like half.
I'm real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we spending the night in the spider forest, or are we just gonna vamp home? Cause
Do we like teleport? Does your mom
it's back
do
now.
a thing, or do we take a trophy?
Is there anything
I've already
left?
talked to her. She knows what happened.
I feel like we should skin her.
I'm winning.
No, because she's a human now. She's not a monster anymore.
I mean, didn't your champion like make a skin suit? I don't feel like that's too far out.
Yes, but not a human skin suit. That's a little
She
too
looked
Hannibal
pretty
Lecter-y for
humanoid.
me. Like, no.
She looked pretty human-like.
Yeah, famous Greek murderer Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
Anybody Lecter?
No, I would say
Hannibal Lecter.
yes, but she's not in her monster form anymore. Like, find a spider to skin, maybe, but
You don't skin spot. It's hard. It's like.
it's an
Can you
exoskeleton, but you can still skin it.
What does she have?
Oh.
Like a house here?
But,
We
like-
We
can
just have a
investigate
bunch
stuff?
of like exoskeleton toughness material. I don't know. I can't remember the right word.
Before
Yeah, chitin. There you go. Is it chitin or chitin? Chitin,
Chitin.
chitin, chitin. Keratin? I don't know.
Keratin is different than chitin.
Well,
Point
first thing
being-
I'm going to do is grab the goat that was useless.
Hey,
No,
it's,
you
it's
get
got
that
some of the
first.
spiders.
It
doesn't help.
It wasn't 100% useless. It got them all to attack me.
It's true.
It
They
did
all
scare
aggroed.
2 of them, I think, in the whole time we
Luckily,
did that.
Yeah.
for my health, I could handle it.
Listen, the fact that 56 is half of yours, and you
I
are
said
less
less
than
than half.
30 points away from having the same amount of health I normally
Yeah.
have, hurts me.
So Ilme, you crawl back into the enormous sort of hollowed out tree trunk that is covered in spider webs and has that sort of spongy spider web netting underneath, and you're able to pick your goat up and just sort of like brush the spider webs off it and put it back in your bag.
Is
Are
there
the
evidence?
I was asked if the spider webs, are they starting to decay or anything?
It's hard to
Wait.
tell. I mean, this is the mere moments after Arasta died. It doesn't look like they're in active decay, but it's hard to tell.
Can I like light a torch or something and see if they're still resistant to flames?
Sure. It does look like they're starting to like blacken, almost like toast, like a marshmallow. But they are still a little bit tougher than normal webs.
Okay. Well, I'll just climb back out.
Is there any like indication of what this forest was like before? Like, like leftover yada yadas?
The only indication you have, and most of this is from your journey to this place, was seeing the sort of half-formed dryads and nymphs that were sort of frozen Pompeii style in this necrotic blast. By all intents and purposes, it seems like it was most likely at one time a fairly normal, rich forest, but it's been a long time since there's been anything like that.
Okay. Well, I mean, we finished what we needed to do here, and I don't know if we need to stay any longer.
I don't think so, unless there's like some
I mean,
secret
Does
hidden
this
chest.
Is
not
there-
feel wrong to anybody else?
I don't know.
Like,
It feels
this-
like we're like at the end of the level and it hasn't like hit the end credit scenes, and we're just like,
Yeah, like it just feels complete. Like we don't.
wait, hold on.
It
Did
was
we?
a hunt. Like this feels like a murder. We don't
I'm gonna-
take
I'm gonna-
trophies.
I can't remember
everyone's
if we-
It's
going
more
to
like a
raves.
release.
A hunt, per se.
It's kind of like Nina in like Full Metal. Like we just.
Sammy,
kinda
I'm
went
gonna start
and did this
gathering
separately.
wood
Don't
to
know
make
what
a
that
pyre.
means.
Yeah, I want to
Okay,
help. Bring it in.
there's no just like wood hanging around, but there's so many dead and petrified trees that it wouldn't take you long to chop some wood from some of these trees.
Okay. Yeah,
Uh,
I'll do that.
Before we light the pyre, once we get it ready, I want to go ahead and druid craft like a couple of different like plants or something from some of the seeds I have still
Sure,
to lay with her.
you got it. You prepare
Remind me.
a pyre. Yeah.
Is it? I know 2 gold on the eyes is common, but for whatever reason, I keep thinking about like something under the tongue too. Where am I remembering that from?
Yes. So
Is that-
what you're remembering is the difference between Greek mythology and Gaian mythology. In Greek mythology, you put a drachma under your tongue.
Mm.
And this is a little Drachmae and Demigods fun fact, that was the intention for this world as well, but in like the first session, Lathos put Drachmae over some like dead cultist's eyes as a sign of respect,
Mhm.
and then it became canon that that's what they do in Gaia.
Ah.
I see.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never knew that because I wasn't part of the first session.
Yeah.
Well, when the time is ready, I'll offer up the 2 gold and place them on their eyes, and
I have a question.
suppose we'll
Yeah.
light it when it's ready.
I guess I'll like ask Honora this question because they're a druid. I'm like, if you burn a forest down, like after like severe damage, doesn't it normally like make it stronger and grow back better?
Yeah, but this
Yeah, the
isn't quite
Astros, the
burning
I know,
Fertilizer.
but
environment.
like this place has like no hope of ever like growing a new forest.
Yeah, basically, because it's necrotic energy. It wasn't fire, and it was a god's basically like emotional release in the form of necrotic energy. Like that's way more powerful than any forest could overcome.
How flammable are these pieces? Because if they're just like dried and brittle and lifeless, if you could theoretically start a controlled forest fire to burn it all down and fertilize the earth, right?
You can't.
There's a
It's so like you
chance.
know how during the Age of Darkness we couldn't grow anything because Demeter would not let things grow. The same idea. This is her idea of her daughter being taken and her causing everything in this area to die. This soil will not grow anything.
Would you rather have a giant, like, blemish on the land that's just ash and no spiders, or a giant, creepy, haunted forest with spiders?
This is a piece of history that I think we probably should not burn, considering Demeter's already pissed off.
Well, fuck it. All right.
Why are you the pyromaniac of this group?
Hmm.
He just wants to
And
be
you're
the
a
Fire.
son of
put it out.
Poseidon.
I don't want to talk about it.
So, you arrange a pyre. Nothing terribly large. You don't want to. You get the sense that the forest is watching you with 1,000 eyes and no eyes at all. And so you don't want to cut down too many trees because there's something about it that just feels off. But it's a small pyre, enough to lay this woman's body down on top of it, and you place the 2 drachmae over her eyes. She looks so ordinary, like this, like any other body that you've seen, and you've, over your travels, seen many. Shriveled, old, but nothing like the fearsome, diabolical foe you just faced. You set it ablaze, and the wood takes a bit to catch. And as it does, it almost, in each crack, seems to sigh or release some sort of squeal. Faintly, as if it's just releasing into the air. And then the pyre takes hold, and the flames grow. And Adagio make a wisdom saving throw.
God.
When it starts to spread and grow, I just want to say, God, what was I going to say? Holy shit.
17?
17. Adagio. You look into these flames, and you swear you begin to see something in them. A vision. A figure reaching out to you. The rest of you, especially Ilme with your crazy passive perception, you see Adagio sort of go vacant as he stares into the fire. And then you see his mouth begin to sort of mumble words as if he's unaware he's mumbling them.
What is he saying?
It's hard to tell. It's extremely quiet, as if you're not sure if he's mouthing words or saying them in a whisper. His mouth is just sort of moving.
Can I see if I can understand what he's mouthing?
Go ahead and make an investigation check or perception.
I think I have something that allows me to read
You
lips.
do, Ilme, have something that allows you to read lips. That's a very good point.
Well, I rolled a dirty 20.
Great. So both of you, as you sort of notice Adagio's odd behavior, understand what he's trying to say. And as you go to explain to Ryujin and Alexios what you hear, it begins to get louder. Slowly crescendoing. As Adagio says over and over. The sea is crying a saltwater storm. The sea is crying a saltwater storm. The sea is crying a saltwater storm. He starts to get a little more panicked. The sea is crying a saltwater storm. The sea is crying a saltwater storm. You see, as he's saying this over and over again, getting louder, getting more panicked, his eyes wide, you see tears begin to stream down his face. Or are they tears? Because suddenly there's water pouring from his eyes, far more than tears could possibly fall. Water pouring, almost sizzling as it gets close to the fire, and still, ever louder, the sea is crying a saltwater storm. The sea is crying a saltwater storm.
Can I grab
I'm
him
trying
by
to
the
just
shoulders?
wake him up. Yeah, just like
And, like try to
shake him a bit, try to wake him up.
Fucker's gonna
You
get
know?
dehydrated.
Is that
Hey,
the opposite when
Dodgy.
you just like a sleepwalker?
I want to take out some smelling salts and just break him under his
Oh,
nose.
God.
Alexios, Ryujin, you both start trying to shake Adagio. As you grab him, he almost seems to squish, and water begins to pour out of where you touch him, as if you're squeezing a rag.
Goddamn.
What the fuck? What the
That's
fuck?
not
is
healthy.
Is he malleable?
No, it's just almost like squeezing his muscle makes water pour out, but he's still solid.
Can I like slap him
Is he
to wake him up?
glowing?
He's not glowing. Anura, you slap him across the face. Adagio, make another wisdom save.
I give him advantage on this one.
Okay.
Oh, goddammit, advantage. Wait, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Help me.
And I can't give you guidance and give
I
you
rolled
advantage.
2 11s. How funny. 19.
But you've got good wisdom.
Plus
19.
5.
19 plus 5, 24. Anura slaps Adagio in the face. The sea is crying a saltwater slap!
Did I see anything?
The water stops. Adagio crumples to the ground. Adagio, take 1 point of exhaustion. But you come to. But you don't
My
remember
goodness.
falling asleep. You just remember
Wait, how do I
looking
put
in, looking into the fire. You saw something, and suddenly you're on the ground, and all your friends are looking at you.
I will
And you
say,
think Anura slapped you.
I still have detect magic up. So that would I have seen anything during?
You would have seen a cocoon of divination aura around Adagio.
What did you see?
I didn't see anything, did I? What?
No.
What do you mean,
What?
what did I see?
You
My
kept
God,
saying the
woman
sea
in the
is crying a
fire.
saltwater storm more frantically, and water started to pour out of you, like salt water
I'm, like,
started to
soaking
pour
wet
out of your
right now,
eyes.
or
You're
the water
completely dry.
disappeared? Completely dry? I'll like
Yeah.
touch my face and my clothes and be like, are you guys pranking me? Is something happening right now?
Is my hand wet from
Well,
where
that
I
happened.
slapped him?
No, you're in the middle of a dead forest in front of a fire. There's no water.
Sammy,
was
why
weird.
are you gaslighting us? I don't like this.
Did we just imagine
Sammy, you'd be
that? Our
very good
hands
at
are
playing
wet?
Call of Cthulhu.
Sammy, you
Weird.
should have given us a trigger warning for gaslighting, I think.
Our hands aren't wet at all.
Your hands are not wet.
Not real.
The sea
Adagio,
You want to just get really
Crying in
close and
saltwater
inspect Adagio's eyes, tear ducts? Because there was
I wanna
water. There was water pouring
Instantly
out. We didn't
push
just make that up. You
Ryujin
guys
back
saw that,
and
right?
be like, what are you
Wait.
doing?
Are you thirsty?
No, what? What are you guys talking about? What is happening right now?
Okay, I'm
You
assuming
dropped.
this was like a divination, divination thing. You know, he could see this, we couldn't, whatever it was. So he's probably not going to remember all of it.
But I didn't see anything, did I?
No.
Or I don't remember seeing anything.
I was like, he
No.
probably doesn't remember whatever happens. What the fuck does the sea is crying a saltwater storm mean?
It only happens when I'm asleep, though.
I
Ask
mean,
me.
well, you were asleep.
I was standing.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
You said like you just came to, right? That's what Sammy said. It felt like you just came to.
When you slapped him, he collapsed onto the ground and seemed to like come back to himself.
So, but it was like what it looked like he was like he woke up though, kind of thing.
It looked like he was in a trance or something, and then you sort of knocked him out of it. What'd you say, Adagio?
Can I ask Phoebe if that's like a thing?
What do you ask her?
Like, I don't know. Prophecy's weird. I mean, like, is it like, can I give prophecy without experiencing prophecy?
Of course, many.
Prophecy. That's the word I was trying to remember.
Adagio. That was not me.
Maybe that wasn't you.
That was your first true prophecy.
Yeah, but it was like 4 words.
And a bunch of water gushing out of your eyes. Let's not forget.
Is that normal too? Can I ask Phoebe that too? Am I just gonna like explode in like the universe's like message?
There is.
What if I see a fire
normal.
next?
There's no normal in our gift.
I guess. Oh yeah, did you go through things like this then, Phoebe?
Yes. You and I are connected in one way. We got our gift from the fates themselves.
Do they ever talk to you? Is that a thing? Can I talk to the fates? Well, you know, without going to the underworld?
It is hard to seek out the fates. The fates often seek out who they wish to commune with. But it has been done.
Okay, well then how do I control prophecy from randomly taking over my body?
Do you want to?
What do you mean, do I want to? Oh, like, do I want to stop giving prophecy, or do I want to just, like, control my abilities?
It is often found that children who are naturally born with a gift such as ours are overwhelmed by the power in their mind and learn from a young age to hide their gift or attempt to put it in a cage. What they quickly discover is that our gift cannot be caged. Once it feels it is unwanted, it will go and find another place to live.
Heard. I'll just let it happen then. Well then, can you help me attempt to decipher this?
This prophecy is vague, but it does not bode well for
Doesn't sound
Poseidon.
like it. What would happen if Poseidon died? Like, you know how, like, when Apollo died, there was no sun? Like, would there just be, like, no waves? Would there be, like, a storm 24/7? Like...
It is hard to say. Many futures could branch from that point. But I believe with the current state of the oceans, with Chomokratus so active, if Poseidon were to die, I believe the seas would naturally fall to the next king.
Okay, well, let's make sure that doesn't happen. And I'll tell the group the things I learned.
Wait. But didn't you say the sea is crying the saltwater storm?
I don't know. You guys were the ones who heard it, not me. You know better than I do.
Is that an alert?
Is something happening right now, you mean?
I mean, I don't think prophecy, like, stops and says, like, is gonna, or, like, in the year, blah, 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 the sea is gonna, but, like,
I don't know, maybe
sounds pretty immediate, right?
Region, does anything feel different to you since this is your father?
Try an Eldritch Blast.
Can I try and, like, cast Eldritch Blast?
Yeah, you
Okay.
cast Eldritch Blast at a tree, and this stream of arcane water hits the tree and leaves a hole.
Oh no.
Do you have
I mean-
message prepared, Adagio?
Let's see. It's sending, but I got you.
Sending, whatever.
Same thing, right?
Yeah.
Message just isn't as strong. Where are my spells? Is that a
I
third
have the
level?
sending stone.
I do have
to
sending. Do I have any spell slots? Yes, I do.
Right, right.
Yeah, you
Should
could-
we send a message to like Theseus or something to ask, check up, be like anything major going on?
I can ask him if the sea is crying a saltwater
storm.
saltwater storm means anything to him, and it's possibly a warning. Or
Poseidon
what about
awoke.
that dude?
I'm gonna like,
His prophet guy or whatever.
while this is happening, I'm gonna take a couple steps away from the group, and I'm gonna use my sending stone to try to see if Traya is okay.
Sure. What do you want to say?
I'm just gonna say, hey, we got kind of a weird thing going on our end. I just wanted to make sure you're okay and that everything is going well on the high seas, on the ocean. Has anything been weird?
You get a message back immediately. Nothing on my end. I mean, we're docked in Athens and have been for a while, so I don't know what's going on out there, but seems like a perfectly calm night. Everything okay?
How many times can I use the sending stone? Is it just once per day?
Once a day. Once a day.
I also have one
yeah.
that goes to Traya though, because remember I had one from the get-go,
Can you
and she got one of the set, didn't she?
see?
It's only
I
3,
think
isn't
so.
it? Isn't it?
Well, I
it's
had-
Triea,
you guys had-
it's the mask,
Well, I remember,
and it's us.
Cora.
Yeah.
Cora. Haha, knew that.
Because I thought you had one
Dude.
that went directly to Traya, and that was it.
I do.
And then we
Rather
had
than-
the one for the party that was
Yeah.
I
The
think you are
mask-
right. I think there's a twofer with Ryujin and Triea, and then there's the tripod, which is the one Anura has, Cora, and Triea.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I can ask Traya one more thing.
Can you ask? Can you see if
Tell
they
her.
know anything about Cassandra's whereabouts too, if possible?
Okay, so I got 25 words because she asked what was going on. To tell her what is going on and ask about Cassandra's whereabouts, right?
That's about Cassandra's
We got a
whereabouts.
prophecy saying this, or, this
Okay,
thing, and
I'm just making sure I know
Also-
what I'm doing because I got
Yep.
I got limited words.
yeah.
Too.
DJ's ready to
There's like
count.
5 cop cars in my apartment complex. Okay. Answering your question, got a weird prophecy that said the sea is crying a saltwater storm. Do you know where Cassandra is? Please be safe.
That's concerning. Cassandra's with me. The Chomocrates and the Arc of Fate were all here. No idea about that prophecy. Yikes. That's it.
Did you count that out? 25 words to add the yikes.
Sure.
That's
Yikes.
perfect.
Okay, well, we can assume that they'll tell the king.
Oh, I
Most
should have said tell
likely.
Theseus instead of please be safe. Listen, I'm
Well,
not used to
that
having this
is-
spell, okay?
I
That is
know.
concerning.
Should
That
we?
is
And I
so-
can't help
Adagio,
but
what do
think
you
maybe
I know.
there's something either
They're gonna
going on right
decide.
now, or
I-
there's something that's going to happen very soon that would make that. And considering we're fighting a giant kraken soon, that's also concerning.
I mean,
Um,
if we fight a giant kraken and kill him, Oceanus might be a little upset if we kill his basically pet.
But Oceanus
We
is
also
still
don't know
so-
the whereabouts of the link of Oceanus, so that is a factor to consider.
But we assumed
Weren't
that
we
they were
thinking
together,
it's
right?
in Nepeot?
I mean,
It was until the Drowned Descendants got a hold of it, and then they left Nepeot. Correct?
Did we
Pretty
know
sure
that the
that's
Drowned
right.
Descendants got a hold of it?
You know that people got a hold of it, and I believe you were told that the Drowned Descendants left Nepeot with it.
Okay. I'm confused.
Yeah, the Drowned Descendants. Those are the Tritons that were responsible for killing my mom.
Yes.
So that doesn't doesn't bode well.
Are they just evil in general? What are they, mercenaries?
They
I have a question.
you've learned about them. That the Drowned Titans are the Tritons that blame Poseidon for what they became, as opposed to the majority of Tritons that praise Poseidon for saving them. These are the Tritons that don't forget they used to be humans and now they're not.
Heard.
They hold a bit of a grudge.
Nepio mermaids. Heard.
Yeah, Alexios.
Nepeo mermaids.
So, I mean, what's necessarily and this is in character. What's necessarily stopping Traumacrates from having the link?
Is he able?
Nothing.
Is that a thing?
Nothing
Not a lot of
is,
things are
is
really
Like
stopping
it's
him.
been on a dragon.
that's
like
no, it's
a
definitely
full
a risk.
possibility.
But don't we need like a
But
certain level of
can't dragons
intelligence?
turn
How smart
into
is this thing?
people? Right? Dragons can also shapeshift
They're
into
still
a person
dragons.
if they want
We
to.
literally had a young dragon that had a link.
Well, yeah,
At
but
the
I'm
very
saying
beginning of the
maybe
campaign.
But he wore it in his
maybe the
dragon
link
form.
can't like merge with Traumacrates because he's not a
He's a isn't he a
humanoid
primordial?
in any way.
Well, can I ask?
is
Can I
not
ask
a
Phoebe
primordial.
then?
I don't know
Can
why
I
I
ask
thought he was.
Phoebe, like how her bonding with other creatures would go, given the fact that she is a link?
I mean, Aruxal wore it as a dragon too, because
That's
he
what I'm
attacked me
saying.
while wearing it as a dragon.
Made you forget those
Yeah.
whole dragon
Gavin's
anyway.
saying, what if it's only because, or Ryujin is saying it's only because it can
that
look
dragon
like a
fits her.
humanoid.
Yeah, but that would mean
So it's
that
a
he could
ring.
only use it while being a humanoid. He used it while he was still in dragon form against
Right.
me.
Yeah, that's true. Because he was up in the sky, like, shh.
He
That's
made
why I
me
liked it.
forget that it was a thing to start with, so
Adagio, are you asking Phoebe?
Yes.
She says, well, it would vary depending on my brethren and our unique tastes. Oceanus is a man of pride. Based on my experience with him, I do not believe he would enjoy the idea of his former pet becoming his new master. I do believe that whoever is wearing the link of Oceanus is connected to Traumacrates, but it would be my assumption that whoever holds the link is controlling the beast, not the other way around.
That's what I thought. So one of those drowned descendants might be wearing it, or someone connected to them were more powerful, and they're guiding all of this. Yay! Will that person pull up to the battle then? If we call Traumacrates, Traumacrates will come, but we have no way of knowing if whoever has the link will actually follow.
basically.
So do
I
we
have
stand a chance of
question.
losing this link?
What's your question?
Have we ever met? So, like, you know, in Percy Jackson, how there's the demigods who are sympathetic to the Titans and want to see the gods fall. Have we met any demigods like that on Gaia?
The closest that you have personally met would probably be Eric's when you first met him, where he.
Have we ever heard of anything like that?
It's not something that is completely out of the realm of possibility. But you haven't heard of specific demigods like that, but you can certainly imagine that happening.
Well, I want to throw that possibility out there then. Just, you know, there's a possibility that there are demigods that the Titans have gotten to. And if there's a
Those
demigod
demigods
of
would have to-
Poseidon somewhere who's mad at his father or her father, he or she or them could have the Ring of Oceanus.
But they would also have a mark, and wouldn't Poseidon be able to tell where they are in the world?
Unless they cut it out or gashed it. If you destroy the mark, you destroy the link. That's why. Correct
But
me if I'm
Poseidon would
wrong, but
also
that's
know
why
that he had
Hermes
that child.
didn't make contact with Ilme for so long,
Yeah,
right? Because of the
Why doesn't
burns.
Poseidon just tell us how many kids he has. We hunt them all down, obviously. Yo, Poseidon, how many
I
marks?
mean, I
did
can
you kill
try
in
and
the world?
ask, but
Well, he might not
I
know
mean-
if their mark was burned off so quickly. Because it could be a case of, like, Ilme's mother did it because she wanted to protect Ilme.
But she
But
wicked.
if
It wasn't like an
someone was
automatic thing, right?
scorned by a god and had a child of a god, why wouldn't they, immediately try to cut out?
But isn't it a purpose thing? When like a god only impregnates someone on purpose? Don't they choose to have kids?
No.
It's unclear. It's not established.
I will say, if that was the case, I would not be here. A minor god definitely did not choose to have me, considering she abandoned me.
You would also know that, like, without getting gross, but like celestial seed is very strong. So they just sort of impregnate most of what they fuck.
Heard.
Yeah.
Like in my backstory, my mom always said that, like, Apollo's like, I'm leaving, but I'm gonna get you pregnant first. So I just assumed it was like a selective thing. He's like, here you go. This time you'll be pregnant.
And it's certainly possible that Apollo could make that choice. But like,
He's like, he
Zeus
saw the
fucks
future
a
and he's
swan
like,
and has a swan kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not
just
a
because, like, just
swan
put it
demigod.
out there. Anora would not exist if that was the case, because Urania definitely didn't choose to be a mom.
Yeah, Zeus is just down bad all the
Okay,
time.
but maybe
Yeah.
only the major
Swan?
gods can
Swan?
do it.
Yeah. It's a skill. You
Maybe
have
the
to
minor
hone it
goddesses.
like a muscle.
Sorry, minor goddesses and muses, you just don't.
You don't have this. I'm not going to say that. Never.
Without a throne, you can't control it. So sorry.
Jesus.
Without a throne, you just constantly get people pregnant, or you
Yeah.
get pregnant. There's no in between. Sammy, that brings up a good
I-
question. Was Urania pregnant for like 9 months, like humans then?
No.
Okay, I was wondering about that.
Was Honora birthed like a thought?
No, Honora was birthed. But that birth was very quick.
I have so many questions
So-
about how that works now. I'm so sorry.
She noticed they
I
were there
could-
and they were like,
No.
Gotta pop this one
I
out.
could try and ask Poseidon, but there's no guarantee that they'll respond. But I'm not aware of any other children of
We can ask
Poseidon. Yeah, that's fair. I feel like that's something that we would have been made aware of, though, right? That's kind of like,
I mean,
given the prophecy of all the kids of the gods and everything, and
we already had 3 Poseidon children. I mean, how many more did we need?
Poseidon fought.
emotion,
Listen.
baby.
Some parents
Most
just
of the
fuck,
ocean.
Some parents don't. Namely Athena.
And Artemis, clearly.
I'm an oddball in this case. I'm saying mainly Athena because she has biological children.
And Hades, what do you mean? He's had like 1 kid.
Yeah, that's true. But
And it
I meant
started a
like
war.
some gods fuck in general. Some don't at all and still have kids.
Yeah.
Does this mean we don't care so much about Poseidon dying?
Does this mean that anytime we fuck,
Is
we
he
have
one of
kids?
our blacklisted gods?
What?
Like,
Okay.
we have like chill gods, and we have like gods, and like, does Poseidon fall under that? He seems pretty irate, but he helps. Like, y'all just seem
I
kind
don't know.
of.
He has a temper. He, I mean, he's never
I'm
done anything
The
concerned.
bad.
god of the sea dies, that would probably be very bad for a while.
Okay.
Very
Good
bad.
God there.
Especially
So-
Let the
since
river gods
there's.
take over.
But it's not the same. You can't. Bruh.
That's who.
So,
Give him more like.
y'all been
nectar or
kind of
whatever.
thinking reproduction. I've thought of this 2 different ways. Either somebody, well, 3 different ways. Either somebody's making a move on Poseidon, like, soon, or something that we're planning to do is gonna mess up Poseidon in a bad way.
What if it's like? What was the prophecy? The
The
sea,
sea
cries,
is crying a saltwater storm.
I'm sorry, what did I just miss?
But wouldn't Poseidon's like? Would Poseidon's
heard none
mood
of
affect the
that.
seas?
Conspiracy
His mood
Yes,
must definitely-
yes.
So what if?
Yes,
what if
it
it's just like something emotional will happen to him? Like maybe he'll like.
What if I'm
God
gonna
forbid,
die?
One of his kids die, and like the entire ocean is just like this giant
man.
seesaw storm.
So,
What if it?
Uh,
So what? His like champion? So like Theseus?
Someone
'Cause-
or his wife. I don't know.
I
There's three
mean-
kids, a champion,
It's
An
too much to
idiot
interpret. It's only like
and a
5
druid.
words.
So the
Oh,
question
see,
If the
is,
champion, an idiot, and a druid walk into a bar is all I can think now.
so should we bamf over to Athens then? And
you know.
I can try talking to the other prophecy dude and see if he like, I don't know, but it sounds like definitely something Poseidon related might be happening.
Yeah, we should run it by him for sure. Someone should get a hold of Cora too, if possible.
I can do
But I
it
think it's a
after
good
we've had a
idea.
long rest.
I can do it right now.
Oh, that's
Okay.
right. You have it.
then yeah.
Do you want to send that to Cora, and then we can bamf over to? Have we found a better? Listen, you know what? Son of a bitch! I forget about this every time. I haven't grabbed any other piece of material except from
His bedroom.
Theseus's bedroom. So
Do we know
We
his
just
like
go
bedroom well
there.
enough to like land on his balcony or something?
It's
we just land on the bed.
it's just a risk, though.
Yeah, it heightens the risk, but you've been there a couple times now.
Oh man, we just bamf
Dude,
in
it's
front of the
up to
door,
you,
facing
man.
the doorway.
Everyone, just cover your
Alright.
eyes. Cover your eyes while you vamp.
I literally am not. I'm literally asexual. It doesn't matter at this point.
It matters to
Literally
them.
nothing I've never seen.
At this point,
I
it's just
have
out of
called
respect,
privacy.
you know.
concerns about being
Yeah.
naked. It doesn't mean anything.
It
Well,
means
the
something to
children
them.
of God
They've been
just
violent.
I'll just be like,
So you should send that
naked
message to
people, and
Cora.
turn around.
And then we will go. Everyone
does it go
agreed?
again?
Or is there anything else we need to do?
The seas cry a salt water storm.
Water
The
storm.
sea is
The sea is
crying a
crying.
saltwater storm.
The
You
sea
said
is
it.
crying a I wasn't there.
There's a few
I
things.
wasn't there.
Listen. There's a few things that I think can make a situation like that, right? When Poseidon is fighting, there could be a bad storm. Like when Poseidon met my mom, there was a fight between him and Tromocrates that caused like a hurricane. And she navigated it, and that's why they met, because he was impressed. There's emotional states, you know, his mood is as fickle as the tides. You know, there's events like someone dying could I mean that would go to emotions, but so there's I guess a number of things that could make a storm, but I mean with everything going on and that's about to happen, that's kind of hard to pin down what that could be. I mean, someone could die, Poseidon could be injured, there could be a fight if we fail to kill Tromocrates, if Oceanus somehow is involved, that could be a thing. There's a lot of
She is
variables.
crying salty
quick.
tears because the the god of the sea is dead. It seems pretty like doomsday.
I mean, we don't know that. We don't know that.
In
Do we
fairness,
not know
most
that?
everything
Proto
feels very
Elizabeth, though.
dooms. We lost
Yeah.
Ilme.
Oh, bummer. We'll get
Okay,
Ilme
let
back.
me- Okay, now I'm gonna call Cora on my beep beep boop boop. Rocky talkie.
What's the
Beep, beep,
stitch?
boop.
All right, what are you saying to Cora?
I would like the most ominous voice I possibly can. I'll be like, the sea cries a saltwater storm, which I assume is what I said, but probably not.
The sea
and I'll
is
be-
crying a saltwater storm.
Heard, that's what I said. That's exactly what I said. And then I'm immediately gonna be like, oh my god, I did my first prophecy, bitch, and you missed it. Well, you figure out what that means. We're going to Athens. Peace.
That sounds incredibly. Are you okay? Is the world okay?
No.
And then I'll use my last spell slot to be like, well, I said it, I didn't experience it, I didn't see anything, but apparently I cried like saltwater rivers everywhere. Ugh, you should have been there. You could have been there. Damn it, girl, why'd you miss it?
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
She responds more being
Guilt
like,
tripping your friend.
should I be doing something? I feel like we're missing something.
Oh, girl, I ran out of spell slots. She ain't getting anything else from me. Oh, wait, I have a
Wait.
4th level.
Can I use the sending stone to a different sending stone?
No, you can only send one message.
Oh, man.
Why
my
are there,
divine-
like, 3 in the network?
Because you can choose to send a message to either partner.
I don't like that.
You're the one who invented the technology, or had the technology invented.
That's okay. I'll just.
I
we'll
wasn't.
just update
I guess
her
I was
later.
thinking more of like the earrings from Critical Role, and I didn't explain it right.
Yeah, no. There's a reason that they didn't use that in any other campaign because it was crazy OP.
You think I
I
didn't
just want more than
suggest
one
that?
message a day. Like 2 would be nice.
Nah. Use your spell slots.
Can we get 2
Literally.
added?
Can I want to do one more thing.
Yeah.
I am going to use the dragon stone that I have,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to send a message to Ilea.
Sure.
Ilea?
Yeah,
I
Ilea.
always forget Ilea.
Leia
And
and
I'm gonna ask.
Leo is the yeah.
I'm gonna ask. Is everything okay over there? Or is the seas okay? Is anything wrong? Anything feel off? We got a pretty worrisome prophecy about the seas.
You get a response back. Everything in my corner of the ocean is fine. A prophecy, you say?
Oh God.
Perhaps there is danger to come.
Why is she so creepy sounding?
She's a dragon.
Sounds like
She's a
something
dragon.
I heard.
An old
I was like,
dragon.
goddamn. I was like, that's not what I remember her like.
Okay.
Listen, we've met one
And that's only
dragon
one
that
message back
wasn't
and
super
forth too,
creepy.
right? A day.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Okay.
even then, he ended up super creepy.
Okay.
All right, up to
Well,
Athens.
it was worth a shot.
Who was the one dragon that wasn't super creepy?
Which dragon?
What?
The one in the underworld. The
Which dragon wasn't super
copper.
creepy?
I was counting
Copper.
Root Salt. He wasn't super creepy, like as a human.
This is evil.
Listen, the copper
He was
dragon
really?
was very
Yeah.
charismatic.
What do you mean he
Really?
wasn't
Sure, the
creepy?
copper was very charismatic.
Okay, yeah, I guess I will.
Rimru wasn't that creepy.
I will get
He
everybody
pretended to be
together.
nice.
Rimru, not Rimru. Rimru.
At this point, is the pyre like done burning, or is it still kind of going?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's the flames are going, but the body at this point is basically ash.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to burn
Um,
down the forest.
Honora, cast
Yeah,
justice.
I mean, you
Well-
guys are in enough of a clearing, and you've cleared off some of the spider webs and stuff that you get the sense that this is eventually going to burn itself out.
Yeah.
Oh,
if
wait,
y'all
wait.
don't want to bamf into the king's bedroom, is there a tree somewhere in
Wait,
Athens?
wait. We gotta tell this
I-
town that they don't have to send.
Sacrifices,
Wait,
that's
actually-
true. We need to tell them those sacrifices.
Are those spiders gonna come anyway if
Oh.
she's not controlling them, or?
Okay.
Okay, well, we'll tell them that she's dead, but spiders might still come, and to let us know if they do.
You just burn the fort. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, honestly,
No!
goddamn.
Listen, fuck them spiders. All right.
Man, fuck them kids. Literally. Those are the kids.
Um,
I said that and
Okay,
I could
well,
just see Sammy's face
how far
regret all of
away-
his life decisions.
how far away is the town? Can we just send like a familiar with like a written message?
Can
I mean,
Honora
you
send
can,
an animal
yeah. I mean,
or something?
it
I could
depending
send
on
an animal.
yeah, depending on how fast your mode of method. I mean, you walked several hours to get here from the edge of the forest, so it would probably take at
Okay.
least half a day or a full day if you're sending something
mean,
to Summerscorn.
If you
Are
guys
there any,
want, I
um,
can use the helm to get us back to the town and then to Athens, or we
But
can
we
just
were
go to
never in
Athens
the
and I
town,
can
were we?
send Kai.
Well, I was gonna say, is there any of the spiders nearby?
Yes, there are. You have noticed a change in them. They almost, I mean, when Arasta was controlling them, they seemed like attentive minions. Now they seem to sort of be like crawling around and making webs and doing normal spider things.
I'll just cast Animal Messenger then.
Arasta the pasta. I want
Yeah, I'll
all
just
the
Yeah,
cast
but
parts
how
Animal
to know.
terrifying is that going to be for them to get a message from a giant spider? You know what I mean?
It's a
Like,
tiny
I'm the only
one.
person that's going to shit
I'm
their
looking
pants.
for a tiny one.
Wait, how long is
Doesn't
that
matter.
gonna take then?
You- Listen, if I see a small spider that's like an inch in diameter, I'm shitting my pants. Okay, it doesn't
Wait, how
matter what the
does animal-
size is.
And then it starts
Is this
speaking
spider-
at you.
Where?
Okay, is there a tiny spider nearby?
No,
I mean, yeah, there's
Listen,
tons of
it's
tiny
gonna
spiders.
go up to a person. It's gonna walk up to someone and start squeaking a tiny little high pitched message, and then it's gonna get stepped on. I promise you, it's not gonna work.
and it's gonna take
Oh,
like
Like, one
5
person right now
years
beside
to get to
yourself.
town.
That wouldn't squash a spider with a newspaper or
Is my
whatever the
Pegasus still
equivalent
here?
of this
Can I
time
ride
period.
it?
Okay.
Especially if you
Letter?
live in a town where people are regularly fed to
Okay.
spiders.
Okay, can we take a short rest real quick though?
Is my Pegasus still here? I can just ride my Pegasus to town.
That is true.
I'm on the Pegasus.
Get off
You've been
my
on the
Pegasus!
Pegasus the entire time, Nora.
Just speaking above us, Druidcraft from
I'm
up
just
here.
gonna take off on the Pegasus towards the town. No, but seriously.
But so what's happening?
Can we take a short rest before we make a decision?
In this forest of nasty.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let you know you're absolutely welcome to take a short rest. It is definitely like getting close to the middle of the night here, so you probably are gonna want to take a long rest sometime soon.
Yeah, I just want like a couple of like an
I mean,
hour
we can
to
go
get
to-
our heads on
What about
straight.
this? What about
We
this?
can go to
I have an
Delphi.
idea. We could go back to either Delphi or the town and long rest, and then go to Athens in the morning.
I mean, does it really matter if they send like their best animals into like the? Is that they send their animals, right? Not kids.
Well, Ryujin, couldn't you
They
send
used to send
Kai
kids, but
from
now they send
here?
animals.
Okay, well, is it
Say
okay if they
what?
just like?
Can't
Is
you
it
just
okay
send
if they
Kai
just keep
from
sending
here?
animals? It's kind of whatever.
I'm sorry, I missed what you said. One more time.
Can't you just send Kai while we're here and then have him come straight back to Athens?
Well, yeah, that was one of the first things I suggested. I could have Kai go with like a written letter or something, and go to like one of the townspeople, like a tavern keeper or someone else, and just make them aware that this person they fear for the life of is dead. And
Okay, I thought you said you were going to send him once we got back to Athens, and he was going to have to come all the way here from Athens.
no. You could just fly there, be there in a couple hours with a message. Hopefully they receive it, and then I'll just have him bamf to me and let me know when it's done when we're in Athens.
That makes more sense. That
You
works.
should probably tell them to increase their fortifications also.
Yeah, because now there's just wild, untamed spiders.
Yeah.
Okay, so does anybody have a piece of like parchment, anything we can write with? Because I don't think I do.
Yeah.
All of us.
Okay. So we should probably write out like a detailed message, or maybe a couple of them. Does anybody else have a familiar they can send? Because if we can do multiple, that would be more
If we
beneficial.
take a short rest, I can. I don't have the wild
Okay.
shape to cast Find Familiar right now.
You can go with the Pegasus.
Then yeah,
if you
let's
want.
just. How long would it take you to gather on the Pegasus?
I just need a short rest to get an hour. I
Just
need an
send
hour
Kai
to
on
get a
top of the
familiar.
Pegasus.
If you climb on top of
Okay.
on top of the Pegasus, it would probably take about half a day to get to Summerscorn.
God damn.
Okay, can we take
What if
the
you
half?
use
But also, I don't
right
think the
in the
Pegasus lasts
direction
that
of the
long.
town?
No, he doesn't. My,
Oh wait,
my
hold
Feisty
the
does not
phone.
have-
I'm a fucking dumbass. Hold up. Hold up. Sorry, things are trying to load currently. Computer's struggling, but I can. It's like conjure animals. Yeah, I have conjured animals. I can conjure a couple of messengers.
How long do they
Nice.
last though? And like do they have a distance, like a range? Because if it's a few hours, for
It's
us walking,
only an hour, but it depends on what it is and how quick it moves.
My Pegasus had like a 90-foot flying speed. Unless you can
Oh,
beat
well,
that.
Yeah.
Never
This,
mind.
this
they
is not
will-
something that can be delivered in an hour, for sure. You traveled by foot way more than an hour to get from the edge of the forest to here.
Okay, well, these people can. I say it's fine. I say, you know what? Sacrifice your fat lambs or whatever you're giving to the spiders.
here's what I
anyway.
think we
Who
should do.
cares? No.
if we're just casually walking, taking our time, would that count as a short rest, or do we have to be like stopped,
No,
just
you
relaxing
have
in
to
one
be
place?
stopped and relaxing.
It's an
Okay,
hour.
Yeah, let's just take an hour. Well, how long has it been since we started the pyre?
Wait, what are we doing at the end of the hour, though?
I have Find Familiar at the end of the hour.
Then we can send 2 familiars to the town with
Why do we have
messages to
send
make
two?
sure.
You can't just send...
Because maybe the first person is going to be like selfish and not want to I don't know. It feels better for more people to know right off the bat than trusting one person that we don't know
I
to
feel
spread
like
it around.
more people is better in this case.
Oh my god.
Why don't we
It's-
just send sendings in the morning?
Because I didn't meet
You don't
anyone
know
in
anyone
town.
there.
We don't know
I
anyone
didn't
there.
meet anyone.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Wait, is this what town? Is this town controlled by us or by
This is Summer Scorn.
Man.
I'll pull up the map.
Can I just have Cora freaking like send a message over it? Cora, use your web. No,
Summer
God
Scorn.
damn it.
Yeah, Summer Scorn is controlled by the Eyes of Gaia.
Well,
We
if they're controlled by
also,
the Eyes
in
of Gaia
general,
for-
could not come forward that
Who
currently.
cares then?
Because
Yeah, I was
there's
about to say,
still
is that a
people
problem
who
then?
aren't
Yeah,
part
but
of
they're
the Eyes
evil.
of Gaia there.
They're evil.
People
Who
that are
cares?
controlling the town, not the individual like townsfolk, right?
Yeah, they don't know
If
any
it's a place that
better.
was taken over,
Okay, so Hades
Well,
at
we'll just
that
take a- we'll-
Arasta-
they are
We'll take a
feeding
break.
things
Sacrifice their
to
strong wizard.
spiders.
we'll just take a break for an hour, and then we'll send 2 familiars with messages like tied to them. It'll be fine. We'll be in Athens. They'll pop back in, say the job is done. It'll be good. We don't have to worry about it anymore.
Cool. So, you rest for about an hour here in the Forest of Souls. In that hour, now that some of the spiders have fled, others have sort of found hidey holes, you hear other sounds take over the forest.
Ew.
Wails and shrieks and scratches on trees. Howls and cackles. Whispers.
All right, that's it. I'm burning the forest before we leave. Fuck this.
That's what I'm saying.
And you take a short rest.
Can I actually nap during mines and see if Phoebe can help me try to channel my overflowing prophetic energy? Phoebe, try to show me something, please.
How would you like to attempt to direct your visions?
I'm probably something watery themed. I'm gonna think of a waterfall and the ocean and blood running and Tromocrates. These are the
Okay.
things I'm gonna focus on, and whatever it shows me.
I would like you to make a wisdom check, please.
Let's find out.
It should only be your wisdom modifier, so at max it's a +5.
That's a +3. Hurt. I rolled a 11 together.
Total, 11 total. You think of water, salt water. And the only thing that keeps coming back to your mind over and over again, the sea is crying a saltwater storm, the sea is crying a saltwater storm. Nothing else seems to break through.
God damn. That's okay. Then I'm just gonna. Can I mumble that in my sleep just to bother everyone again?
Alright. After an hour, you are all rested. If you'd like to use some hit dice, you're welcome to.
Is it a long rest that gets rid of my point of exhaustion?
Yes.
God damn it.
So what are you guys doing? You sending your familiars?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes, I will write out a
Mine
message
is-
and I will tie it to Kai's. I guess I don't have to tie it. I'll just give it to him.
Uh-huh.
I have to tie
and
it.
then I'm gonna instruct him just fly to that town where we passed. That's a couple hours away. So, just when you're done, or be invisible. First off, try to just be sneaky until you get there. And when you get there, look for a tavern or maybe a small town hall building, and go in and just try to say that you have a message from the. Should we say it's from us?
No.
In case the person that you give it to is. Okay, say you have a message. You have information that the person who was in this forest is dead. That
Well,
a group of
that's-
heroes killed them.
Just say that you have a message from a group of heroes, because the note itself is going to say that she's dead.
Say you have a group of message, or you have a message from a group of heroes
Can I
that
write the note?
that person in this forest is dead, and the spiders are just wild now, and to increase.
That's going to be
defenses,
on
I don't
the
know.
on the message. Just say you have a message from a group of heroes. That's all we need.
Okay.
Okay.
And we
Um,
write the message out. Mine's gonna be a hawk,
Alright.
and I'm gonna let him
Ryu-
hold on to it between his little feet.
Kai is going to a tavern. Honora, where are you sending your hawk?
I want to see if there's like any official looking building that it can be dropped off at.
So you're just gonna tell the hawk to find the most official looking building and drop off the note?
Yeah, with somebody there, and if they can't, go to a different tavern than Kai.
Okay. Alright, you send your familiars off.
Oh, come back to Athens when you're
Oh,
done.
and Gento, just leave back in and tell me when it's done. Or
I don't
anything
know if
happens.
mine can do that.
It
I mean, I
can't,
guess it could.
but Kai can.
Tell Kai to make sure that my familiar does it.
All right, make sure you go the same route there. Just make sure you get each other there safe.
Kai is like the chaperone for this hawk.
The hawk
invisible
can't
chaperone for this
stand
hawk.
back to me, okay?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh no, it has a. Never mind. I was like, I can look through its eyes to make sure, but that has a distance.
Alright, so messages have been sent. What are you doing? The night
What
is
else is
now
in this
pitch
hole?
black.
Athens.
Are we
A lot of
going to
spooky shit.
Athens? Are we ready?
Wait, but I want to know what else is in this forest. I thought it was just spiders.
Oh no, it's a lot of spooky shit.
I mean, if you
saw some
want to
of
go
it.
find the other spooky shit, well, you've got a point
I
of
have to take
exhaustion.
magic up
Be
still
my
and just
guest.
take a look around. I also have dark vision, so
I do too.
And I glow in the
taking
dark.
taking a look around with detect magic, you don't see things that are like extremely magical, but there is a low level of necromantic energy that just sort of sits like a fog in this space, to the point where while there is an actual fog in the forest blocking some of your view, when you cast detect magic, the necrotic fog sort of has the same effect where it blocks some other sort of magical auras so that all you can sort of see is this general necromancy.
I want to look to Adagio. If you want to go find out what's in this forest while you've got a point of exhaustion, be my guest. As someone who's had
feel
multiple points of exhaustion
great.
before, I don't recommend it.
I want to attempt to do a handstand to prove I feel amazing.
Make an acrobatics check.
Can I sneakily push him over?
That's so rude. What does the point of
Well,
exhaustion do?
The first 1 point is disadvantage on ability checks.
So disadvantage?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just rolling a normal dice. What's happening here?
I think I still have one subtraction left.
The disadvantage?
I do.
That's so sad because my rolls were a natural 20 and a 6.
Oof.
So I rolled
Can
a
I
12.
subtract from that to
Well, I
see if
rolled
I
a
can get him
12
down to a
altogether. It's a 12
you-
altogether.
Oh,
If
I
you
can't
let
get it
him-
down to a 0. I'm gonna still subtract from that just in case.
Sure.
That's so mean.
That was a
I'm
5.
avoiding- Wait, if this is like a push me over, does that count as attack? Can I warding flare that?
Oh no, this is just from your
Is
roll.
it-
I haven't
yeah, this
pushed
is
you
just-
over yet.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
He's bad.
Adagio's like, I got this. Does the handstand. Elbow immediately buckles and it just face plants into the dirt.
Blah. I meant to do that. Actually, it's a game we play in the orphanage. It's called
Are you sure?
Impression in the Ground.
are you sure though?
Yeah.
Positive?
Positive.
So what do you
I'm
guys
gonna
do?
choose to not believe you.
Choose to believe what you want. I see a future where you'll all be doing it too. Phoebe, tell him.
So we're going to Athens, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go then.
Yes, we are. So I don't think I have to roll just because I have. How am I going to put this? I have
Show up in his
spinner,
fucking
and I have
bedroom
stuff
again?
from. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going
So-
straight to Theseus' bedroom.
That's such a weird
Yeah.
sentence, Sammy.
Going straight to Theseus's bedroom.
All right.
Oh,
Sure.
just such a weird
This is in the
sentence.
middle of the night too.
Oh my god, it
Yep.
is!
All right, so here's the plan. Here's the plan. I'm gonna bamf us in, right? But we're gonna be facing the door, so our backs to the bedroom, and my hands are gonna be over like everyone's eyes, like my arm and hands over everyone's
Can I
eyes.
just turn into
And-
a rat and go in someone's pocket instead?
Do you want to spend your wild shape?
I mean, we're gonna take a long rest after this, so
Oh wait, I thought in a short rest you only get one wild shape back. Did you get both?
you get both of them back.
Oh, alright.
So
Yeah, I had to check that
that's the
multiple times.
plan.
Alright.
Um,
So, you all grab hands and use the helm of teleportation. Bamf out of the Forest of Souls. and into the familiar, posh bedroom of Theseus. As you bamf in and your senses sort of adjust, you hear the sound of voices stopping as your eyes are closed, and you hear the voice of Triea going, "What are you guys doing?"
What are you doing here?
You open your
Why
eyes.
are you in the bedroom?
You open your eyes.
No, we're
you
still
see...
facing the door. We're still facing the door.
Honora's gonna pop out of the pocket as a rat.
Theseus goes, "You can turn around."
I just wanted to be respectful. I don't know what's going on. Okay.
You turn around. You see at the fireplace, Theseus and Triea are talking over a cup of tea, and Queen Triena is standing there pouring them tea, and they all three look very confused.
Okay.
Listen.
I'm sorry. That was kind of weird. I just wanted to respect your privacy. Yeah. We Triea, did you mention anything?
Triea's like, "Yeah, as soon as I got your message, I came running to the palace. What the hell was that?"
Okay. Yeah, we were in that creepy ass forest to the whatever direction.
Force of
To
Souls.
the west.
Forest of Souls to the west. Would we even know that though? Because we were just put into this mess. So maybe
I
know
would
it's
know
like-
that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We were in this creepy ass forest. Apparently it was a test for us to fight this creature, this poor soul.
Rasta.
And
Oh, you fought a Rasta.
we did.
Theseus
I
looks
like how
surprised.
I'm just like chiming
Rasta's
in
dead.
repeatedly with
Yeah.
the names.
Theseus was like, "Oh, that's something I kept forgetting to do on my to-do list. So that's great. Congratulations."
Okay,
Um,
better idea of what happened real quick for that.
yes.
That's to be completely fair. It's the middle of the night. I'm quite tired. What I want to know about is this vision.
What happened?
So
Yeah,
Adagio
y'all can
just
explain
as
that.
we were
I'm
We're
gonna dip
looking
out
at
real
the
quick and go
pyre.
grab something outside the door for Ryujin, so that we can bamf anywhere but the bedroom.
yeah, probably a good idea.
I'll be back.
But that means you're gonna get random knocks on your door at random times every now and then. I hope that's great. So basically, we were standing over the pyre that we made for a Rasta the pasta, and Adagio got a vision. It looked like Adagio just kind of zoned out, started muttering, and it got louder and louder, and it was just the same thing over and over again. It was the sea is crying. What was it?
Storm.
A saltwater storm, and then gradually more and more water started to pour from Adagio's eyes to the point where it was not normal. It was like a gush of water. If we would have let it go farther, it would have, filling up gallon jugs. We shook him and slapped him awake, and I asked the dragon, Elea. I asked, Triea, if they knew anything, if Cassandra was okay. I don't know what it's about. I feel like there's a bunch of variables that it could be about, but that's what we know.
All right. Well, that is not great. I will have to consult our father. My concern is that the little I know of prophecies generally are told when all the potential futures align on a specific point. Something becomes fixed. Whatever it is that you were overcome by, Adagio, something in the cosmos, some strings of fate have collided in the near future. I will most likely not be back for a day or more. In times such as these, there are many different places my father and I must ensure are safe.
Has he seen
I'm
anything?
gonna
Would I be able to find him?
What do you mean?
Sorry. In my brain, you said when the otherworldly one has these visions, you have to go off and like blah 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 blah. So my brain was like, where is this man?
No. But the otherworldly influence has taught me a bit of the idea of prophecy. I'll admit some of it is a bit over my head, but largely, even prophecies that foretell circumstances that do not happen for generations, the moment that a prophecy is told, it is not told at any particular moment for any given reason. The specific moment that a prophecy comes to a host is the specific moment where the fates have collided various strings, and now something is going to happen. It's no longer a possible future.
I wonder if that was us defeating Rasta.
I feel like
Maybe
that
something else happened in the background.
He's such a big player and has that same ability as Tromocrates. Maybe he knows that we're coming after him now.
I don't know. It could also,
Well, regardless,
it could also not be related to whatever you were doing. It could be something entirely separate in the cosmos that step on a butterfly, etc. Regardless,
you said you're gonna be traveling around talking to Poseidon, going places.
yes, this prophecy seems to be a direct threat on our father, or perhaps it at least alludes to the seas and Poseidon. This feels like a credible threat, something that I should be taking seriously.
I'm gonna take the trident of Theseus back out, and I'm gonna give it back to him. Say, if you're gonna be going off, doing some stuff, doing some investigation work, you should probably have this. I wouldn't feel the greatest if you were going off doing stuff and didn't have your go-to weapon. So
He takes it and he just sort of sighs. I will admit, it is good to have this back. Thank you, brother. He sheathes it behind his back. I expect it might be a day or more, but in the meantime, if you wish to stay, you and Triea and the Queen can continue preparing for our siege. I will...
Wait.
Yes.
Are you going by yourself to, investigate different sources?
I'll be going to Father. He will most likely have a list of potential places that could be under threat. We will then investigate them either together or most likely separately. We do not know how much time we have.
I mean, that is fair, and I don't mean to doubt you at all, but our thought was, what would make the ocean cry other than the death of its god or potential champions or several children? So maybe you should take someone with you or make sure that you two are together. I understand you're both very powerful, but what if Tromocrates has the link, or the person that has the link is with Tromocrates? It could be a recipe for disaster is what I'm trying to get at.
Theseus, surprisingly, sort of smiles to himself and looks at you. I hope that in your life, you get to know our father the way that I do. So many people think that Poseidon is moody, that he is prone to fits of rage, and he is that. But he's also incredibly sentimental, incredibly sensitive. What could make the seas cry? Perhaps the death of its god, perhaps the death of a champion, or perhaps the death of a sea turtle, or the bleaching of a coral reef, or a ship torn asunder. I believe this is a dire threat. You're not wrong to be afraid. But that is my burden to bear as champion. But I will take your advice into account. I will try to separate us, divide and conquer, to ensure that no one could ambush us both.
Is there anything you need us to do while we're here? I know you said help with preparations, but is there anything more specific you haven't been able to get done that you would like us to do, or I guess
There are several pieces of this puzzle that, as you are the masterminds of this, you might need to place. Beyond the Tromocrates, the ship, and the Ark of Fate, we have the ballistas as well. My soldiers will man the ballistas, and I'll have mages at each ballista and mages by each foot of the Colossus, archers by the Colossus. We'll also be offering you 2 Athenian Navy ships. But the specific placement of all of these things, that's up to you. So perhaps while you're here, perhaps you make the battle map.
okay.
I wish you luck. He puts on his crown and gives his queen a kiss. Look after them. He slams the trident on the ground, and a huge wave, and he's gone.
Well, I will admit, it sucks not having the trident. It's pretty handy, but it never really felt like it was mine. Kind of
felt
felt like I
that.
was just borrowing it. So
Can I put my hand on his shoulder and be like, I know.
I want
No,
to look
know.
to
It's okay,
Triea real quick and be like,
Triea is here.
Yeah.
yes.
Sorry, I wasn't here.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
like,
you're
I'm
right. You missed
sorry.
that. Yeah, Try is here.
I'm going to
I
turn
was
to
like, she's
Triea
in
and
the
be like,
bedroom? I was
I do
like,
want to
what?
talk to you about something. Just something, I don't know how interested in it you'd be, but maybe.
Okay, be a little more vague.
I want to put my hand on underbrush and hold up, underbrush, fully awakened, and be like, I completed it.
Oh, that's amazing, Honora.
Yeah. It is.
Why do you not feel happy about it?
Have the option to never come back.
Okay.
Are we all standing like right there?
Yeah.
I haven't even got to tell them about this yet.
But you did come back.
Yeah. But I almost didn't want to.
I mean, I don't blame you. We got kind of a shit hand here.
Do you know where you go when you undergo that ritual?
I mean, I have a theory. A lot of people talk about Artemis's secret, separate plane for just her most devout followers.
I went to the Beast Wilds.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I didn't use my last wild shape yet because I was never actually
Yeah.
turned into the rat.
Yeah.
I just want to look to her and be like, yeah. To make this less heavy for a moment, do you want to see something really cool?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna turn into a fucking velociraptor.
What the fuck is that?
I'm gonna run over to her real quick
Ah,
and
whoa!
nudge her.
in shit.
And
Literally,
then pop back because the party hasn't seen this either.
What? Why would you leave?
You see my point.
No, yeah, absolutely. And I think you made the wrong decision. I mean, I'm glad you're here, but I mean, holy shit, that's awesome.
So you know the whole story about who I am, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Artemis told she almost didn't want me to leave.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me, really.
I don't know how to feel about it though, and you're one of the only other people who's been around,
I mean,
Sisters of the Moon.
I mean, Anura, Artemis cares for you. Anyone can see that. And, I mean, there's a ton of people, I'm sure, who she's pulled to the Beast Wilds and kept there who aren't her adoptive child. So, it's actually surprising to me that you're surprised. Why wouldn't she want to keep you?
We didn't get to explain it, and I haven't really got to explain it to the rest of the party that well yet. I mentioned it, but that's the reason she sent us to fight Arasta.
What?
The pasta.
She basically said she's not used to putting her kids in danger like the rest of her family is.
Yeah.
So that's why she sent us to fight her. But with Arasta being such a big, mythical idea and having that same ability as Tromocrates, do you think Tromocrates knows that we're preparing to fight him?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not an expert on mythical beasts, but I mean, I don't think so. As far as I know, there's no stories where Arasta and Tromocrates cross paths in any way.
They don't sit down and have tea every week.
Yeah, exactly. That being said, I mean, I would, if I were the person in charge of Tromocrates, if I were Tromocrates, and I know Tromocrates a bit, he used to be in my head. He's extremely intelligent.
Same. Yeah, he's like, a fucking asshole.
Like, he is, he's not some mindless beast. He is extremely intelligent. I'm sure he knows that there's an opposition to what he's doing. I'm sure he knows that eventually Poseidon is going to come for him. And I'm sure he's preparing for that. So I don't know if he knows that it's us, but I don't think he'll be surprised if he finds himself in a battle.
I don't know. There's so many things that have happened in the last 6 hours.
Does Trident still have, like, the stuff I've given her, like the trident, the glasses,
Yeah, I mean, she's not wearing a lot of that stuff right now. It's the middle of the night.
I don't know. I just wanted your opinion on some of it.
Here's my opinion. I think that when we set this trap, that we're gonna have a few moments of surprise. And after that, I think we're gonna get fucked. Okay. And we just have to hold on tight.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that that's a thing that's probably
I think we have to win. Or die trying.
And I say we will win.
Everything? The plan? Do you know everything? What's going on? I assume Theseus has filled you in a bit and we talked to you a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
I've been here more than you have. I do want to say that there's a very real possibility that both our ships sink.
Oh no.
Well,
I'm gonna be a little upset.
Yeah,
we spent a lot of money on that shit.
I spent years on the Tromocrates, and I'm a fucking captain of the other one.
Yeah.
Where would you? I mean, I was thinking if we had them positioned closest to the shore, kind of behind the Colossus fighting while we're all shooting at it and everything, that would be the safest spot.
Safest.
Because I feel like if they're at sea in depth, then they're gonna get sank immediately. They would be the closest problem.
Agreed, but I think if we orient the ships between, like, behind the Colossus, we're essentially in the docks. There's not a lot of maneuverability, and there's not a lot of ability to really, like, aim our weaponry and things.
Real quick, what level is Triea?
She's a couple levels below you.
Okay, damn it.
And like one of them's a cleric. Yay.
Yeah, and she's multi-class and a cleric.
Much to the cannon's way.
Okay, well.
I don't know. They're
Well,
heavy.
real quick question. Speaking of stuff for this fight, can I get some supplies because I can help out with putting the traps on the like mines and stuff now.
What is
Great.
the
Yeah, I
Glyph
mean,
Warden?
if you guys are staying, then yeah, you can absolutely help however
Okay.
you'd like.
Because I don't currently have 1,000 gold pieces worth of mercury, phosphorus, and powdered diamond and opal.
Well,
That's
good for you that the Athenian coalition's on our side.
Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure I can get access to these things to help.
Hopefully,
I
yeah.
wouldn't be too far out to maybe suggest cannon. How many docks is there in Athens? Like just
The dock between the Colossus's feet is the largest dock. That's the main dock. That's the main port to the southern end. But there are other smaller docks and other like sort of fisheries and that sort of thing on along the coast basically. But this would be considered the southern gate of the city.
what's the
where would the
Colossus,
ballista
like,
be?
walking?
On the docks or on like the
The
outer
Colossus can't
city walls or anything?
Colossus can't move. How does he fight?
No, it's a statue.
No, like when he's awake.
When he's awake, he swings.
Oh,
Yeah.
he just so he doesn't like walk or anything. I
No,
thought
no,
I was
no.
imagining like, fully operational like choom. choom.
No, he's a stationary Colossus. What was the question, Ryujin?
Where the ballista is going to be positioned? Like on the docks, or are they going to be on like outer city walls or anything like that?
If you see I mean, it is a battle map, but this is the map that you guys have for setting the trap. Each of those 4 islands are where permanent ballistas are.
What are little dots?
So those will probably get
those-
taken out first.
The dots in the sea are where they placed the spell stones.
Okay.
Right.
In relation to the spell stones, another thing we have
Oh, there's
to
only
deal
a
with.
couple, huh? Jeez.
They're not ready yet.
Well, I'm saying
Yeah, that's fair.
for things that we need to talk about with that, then I can make 2 every day that are not triggered until Drachmae gets there.
But
Which
they
is
cost
how many
1,000
days
gold
away?
Pieces?
How much would that cost?
2 a day is 2,000 a day.
Well, if
And
I
you
remember
can-
right, we only had a certain amount of money that Athens was willing to put towards this.
Yes,
Right?
and I believe it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it costs more or takes more time depending on how high level the spell is.
Okay,
Yeah.
so mine is different than what the mages are doing.
What are you doing?
Symbol.
I believe that's what they're. Oh no, they're doing.
No.
Glyphs of
No,
Warden.
I
Glyph
see
of
what you're
Warning,
doing.
I thought.
Yeah, they're
I'm
doing
doing
Glyph of Warning. You're
symbol.
doing symbol. I see. How
So
many
for
7th level spells do you
symbol-
have?
Huh?
You only have one 7th level spell, don't you?
I have underbrush though.
Oh, sure.
So I could in theory, if we're not doing anything else, sacrifice 14 hit points at the beginning of the day and get a second 7th level spell.
Yeah. You can do symbol. Yeah, for sure.
What
So
does that?
with symbol,
What does that do though?
I create like basically like the mines, but once it activates, it does one of the following options. There's death, discord, fear, hopelessness, insanity, pain, sleep, and stunning.
Is this something that can move?
This? No.
No.
No, it's similar to Glyph of Warning, where you place it is placed.
Well,
That's-
it's
okay.
whatever you place it on, though.
Yeah.
And so technically it could move in the form of I can put it on a cannonball and very specifically say it does not activate unless it hits a giant
If
mythical
you-
beast.
It says in the spell, if you choose an object, that object must remain in its place. If the
Oh.
object has moved more than
Oh,
10
yeah, it
feet from where you cast the
does,
spell,
that's
it's
right.
broken.
So my
you said,
question is,
people aren't affected
if-
by the same spell twice or something like that. Would you be able to put like a Glyph of Warding and a symbol on the same like object?
Yeah, it's a different spell.
Yeah.
my question is, let's say you were to put this on a bunch of things, and then I was to arcane gate from where they are to maybe a couple feet in front of Tromocrates, and you pushed them through. and activated him going through, like,
You
is
could do
that a
that.
possibility?
But
If
it's
you
push him
movement,
through
right?
wherever
It would be
is.
like mid-movement, and it's an immediate from one place to another. They're not being pushed like 10 feet and then through a portal or anything. It would be right in front of it, you know? And they're not
Theoretically.
falling. They'd show up right there. So maybe we could stockpile some, and one of our first moves when he gets in is if we put them close enough, I could arcane gate, and then we could push him through, activate him right away, close the gate, and then, he just gets a bunch of crap in the face.
How
Yeah,
far can you do Arcane Gate? How far, what's the range on that?
Arcane gate is I know it's at least several hundred feet, but I'll just
Okay.
How
Double
much
check.
money can I get from the Athenian Coalition on this?
Arcane gate is 500 feet.
I mean, it would take a negotiation. It would be a couple of rolls, and we'd have to see.
Said 500 at least.
It's 500 feet. Arcane gate is.
You said within or less than?
It has to be within 500 feet.
Oh, within. I thought you
Yeah.
said at
Mhm,
least 500 feet. I was like, I'm sorry.
No, yeah, it's
I was like, God damn.
no,
What the heck?
yeah, it's
What a drawback.
500 feet.
Can I ask Triea, well, not Triea, I guess. Can I ask the queen how much she thinks I could get?
I do not know. They have already given much for this endeavor, while some do not even believe in it at all. It will be a hard bargain, but if it will be the reason that we succeed, then perhaps they would be willing.
Can we just
would
take
be
it from
very
the money we're
helpful.
already using?
Huh?
I think if we're
Can we just
worried
take it from
that
the
we
money we're already using?
What? You guys keep talking over Adagio.
Sorry.
Can't we just take it from the money they already put aside towards all this prepping?
I mean, you've already been spending that money.
But like,
Yeah, but there has to
what's
be money
left
left
of
over.
that money
Isn't it like
currently?
2-3 weeks left? Like they couldn't have made all the warding.
No, you're right. They have not made all the warding flares, but they
Because
have
we can
started
give up-
making them.
Yeah, because we can give up like the later warding ones for the symbols.
True.
How much is
Mm.
left of that?
Because each warding is 200.
It's in progress. You'll have to ask like the people that are in charge of it in the morning.
Okay,
Yeah.
because
Now.
I was
do have
gonna
a
say
question
we
really
need to make
quick.
that decision because symbol works a little bit differently. It does different things, and we don't have to have them cast the spell into it
Wait,
then as well.
What are the specific spells?
Well, guys, we made it again to another spot where I am now the only one on the call. So I'm just going to keep you entertained while I get the call back up and running. Don't worry. I'm sure the party's freaking out because they think that I can't hear them. All right, everyone
wisdom save.
stop. Everyone stop. You were just all off the stream. I didn't hear anything you guys were saying.
You're like,
All right.
Frozen for us.
Right, yeah, that's how it looks from your end, but the call got dropped from my end. So now the stream is back up and running.
Okay.
You were talking about glyphs of warding. Please go on.
Okay, where was I at?
We're talking about the symbols and what the spells are.
I was on fear, I think. Yeah, fear. Each target must make a wisdom saving throw and becomes frightened for 1 minute on a failed save. Hopelessness. Each target must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, the target is overwhelmed with despair for 1 minute. During this time, it cannot attack or target any creature with harmful abilities, spells, or other magical effects. Insanity. Each target must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, the target is driven insane for 1 minute. An insane creature can't take actions, can't understand what other creatures say, can't read, and speaks only in gibberish. The GM controls its movement, which is erratic. Pain. Each creature must make a constitution saving throw and becomes incapacitated with excruciating pain for 1 minute on a failed save. Sleep. Each target must make a wisdom saving throw and falls unconscious for 10 minutes on a failed save. A creature awakens if it takes damage or if someone uses an action. Stunning.
do
Each
any
target
damage.
must make a wisdom saving throw and becomes stunned for 1 minute on a failed save.
No damage.
So does pain do any damage?
Pain
No.
does not do any damage. The only one that does damage
Okay.
is death. And death
'Cause
is a
the point of
guaranteed at least
the-
5d10 necrotic.
But I think didn't we narrow it down though to the damage types?
No, well,
we had
I
a
mean,
couple
some of
that we know for
the
certain
fearful
will
ones
work,
sound-
and the other ones we aren't sure, so we probably shouldn't risk it, right?
Well, the
There
other
was
ones
some
are
that we
covered.
knew wouldn't work. There was none that we were sure would work.
Well, force damage, I'm pretty sure would work because, I mean, if you think about it, Trumkratis is a massive magical sea creature, so we know that he probably has a high constitution because most sea things in this get a bonus to constitution. At least like when you're making a character, like I think a bonus to, maybe not a bonus to my, I think it was a bonus to my constitution actually, yeah.
It was very metagamey.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right. Well, listen. Basically, all I'm trying to say is that we know force damage and psychic damage are good, and that's what we have for those glyphs, right? So I think we should probably keep the glyphs, and if there's a way we can speed up the process of getting those and preparations done, we should do that.
like
Just
a
because
couple
they
of the
will do
simple ones.
damage outright, which is what we need more than an effect, because we don't even know if those spell effects will take place, but these types of damage we know will do something.
Yeah, but if
Well,
they do, if
I
those
will
effects
also
do,
say,
those would be
though-
really good ones. Because some of them keep them from
Yeah, but
attacking, right?
this is a mythic creature. I don't
He's
think
gonna
it's
be
gonna
able
get
to save
scared
away his
against
or
some of
legendary
them, but he won't be
resistances,
able to
like-
save against all of them. Mythic creatures do run out of legendary resistances.
Eventually.
but maybe I don't think it's down to just legendary resistances. I think that they just won't work. I mean, this is
I feel
stronger than
like-
an ancient dragon. This is that guy. You know what I mean?
I've never fought one of those either, so I wouldn't know.
Well, I will say with these though, even then, like it can. I feel like it will come down to like he has to make a roll, but he's going to be really high on the rolls. If we use a couple of them against him, and he needs to, it could eat up his legendary resistances, is what I was thinking.
I just
If
thought
they
that
were,
landed
if
pretty
they take an actual effect.
I feel like they would.
And I
Yeah,
think
but-
anything constitution based is out the window.
Yeah, well, that's why I was saying with them though, is with these, there's different ones that you do. Like hopelessness, would be one that he'd need to save against. It's charisma based. Yes.
But they're more expensive though, right? Than the glyphs.
No, I can choose exactly which one of these triggers.
How much is it per glyph and per one of these?
It's
is-
1,000 per symbol.
And the glyph is 200.
So the glyphs are odd, like just cheaper
Well,
and
the
do
glyphs
damage,
are
and this is a little bit
200
more
to make the
expensive and
glyph.
has a spell effect.
The
The
200, the
glyph-
glyphs are 200 to make a glyph, but then we have to pay for the spells as well.
Yeah, so whatever spell you're putting in,
Okay.
like if I put a fireball in, you put whatever that fireball needs.
Yeah. I don't want to make a bunch of
So,
these. I just
I
want to
think
make
for just
some
a
that can eat up the legendary resistances.
Ooh.
You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
I would be open to maybe a couple, but I think overall we should keep most of the glyphs because we had to kind of minimize how many of those we needed too because of expenses and time. And there's
Yeah,
only a
this
couple
takes
that have
way
been
less
made
time
so
than
far,
the glyphs.
but
We have time, we just don't have money.
so for the symbols, we're sacrificing way more money
We're
for
sacrificing 5
less
glyphs.
time.
Well,
5 glyphs per symbol.
How many glyphs do we
Yes.
have altogether already that are going to be made?
Right
to
now,
ask.
you have 4 glyphs that are done. You have 3
And how
glyphs
long
of
have they been
slow and
working
1
on them?
vitriolic sphere that are done. Beyond
many
that, you've also purchased a synaptic static glyph. You've also purchased. Sorry, I'm putting out my list right here. A psychic lance glyph.
how long do the glyphs
That's
take?
it, right?
Yeah, those are the ones that aren't done yet.
Yeah.
You guys
Maybe
have
I'll
about
look.
2 weeks left before your planned assault. and in 2 weeks' time, both of those will be done.
So we don't
wanna
really have the
sacrifice-
glyphs to sacrifice. I mean, if we think we can make them in addition to the glyphs, I'd be open to that. But I don't
Well,
think
I
we should
don't
get rid of
wanna
any glyphs just
sacrifice
because
the
they've taken
glyphs.
so long to. Yeah.
If we can help it, I want to make a couple of these to eat up. That's all I want to do. I can make 3 with the money that I have.
I mean, if you guys, I mean, I only have 1,000 gold, but I could help.
Definitely don't have 1,000 gold over here.
Do you guys think that we should add them? Then I'm open to that, but I definitely think we should, like we said, keep the glyphs just because they take so long.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, I
the
thought the
glyphs
glyphs
will
symbols
just take
were-
longer. I just want to have as a backup if something happens and the glyphs go awry.
I thought a few
What
of those
glyphs would we use again?
sounded pretty cool.
Not glyphs. Sorry. What symbols would we use again?
Hopelessness.
I said
Fear.
hopelessness would be a good one because it's charisma, and within that one,
What's the effect
it's
of
not
that
something
again?
you can be straight immune to.
What was the effect again?
The target is overwhelmed with despair for 1 minute. During this time, it can't attack or target any creature with harmful abilities, spells, or other magical effects.
And this one is
Run.
that like it could run.
But we also don't want that.
Yeah, but he always has the option to run.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if he's going to be forced to run,
He's not
I
gonna be
don't know
forced
if
to
I mean,
he
run.
be
we can
forced-
use
I
the
don't
horn to
know
call him
how
back,
that
but we don't
would
know if
go.
the horn is
A
like
summoner,
he
or just,
has
like,
to
piques
come,
his
or if
interest.
it's like, if it's just optional.
I will say with this one, the reason I'm saying it is he would not want this. He would use up a legendary resistance to go against this.
Well, even we didn't have to use these right away because I know that was the idea. Like if we were like killing him, like he was getting towards that. Maybe like once he did his like second bound around, and then we hit him with this, and he couldn't like attack for like a round or two. Like that'd be great.
Well, so the thing with these, it takes me a minute to make them,
But you can make them beforehand, right?
but I can't move them.
That's fine. Just keep them like we do with
Here's a
the.
question. Here's a question. What if I made an arcane gate? Like if we put them, let's say, on a dock, right? What if I made an arcane gate like out in front of Chomokrati's face, but underneath the pile, and then they just gravity did its thing and they fell through a little bit, and then activated on the other side.
That would be less than 10
Technically,
feet.
you're not moving them.
Well, even then, they're technically moving physically less than 10 feet by what they feel.
Here's what I'll say about that, because that is a really interesting point. I will say moving through the portal does not constitute moving 10 feet. But if it moves through the portal and then sinks more than 10 feet, that is moving more than 10 feet.
But we could portal
Okay.
them directly over Tromokrates, and if they hit Tromokrates, that counts the trigger.
How the heck does this spell work? I thought it made doorways.
Arcane
It
Gate,
does.
yeah.
It's
It creates. Think of
you
it as
can put
portal.
them anywhere that
Think
I
of it
can
as
see.
portal.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was just imagining like a door appeared, like literal, like not like I can choose the orientation and blah blah blah. I was like, golly.
No, yeah. Think of it as a portal.
Hee
We are literally playing Portal 2 with symbols.
heard. So just have a stash
I mean,
nearby
that's
that
not a
can
bad
be used
idea.
as
Meanwhile,
I can-
Triad's just looking at you all going, you guys need to fucking sleep because you're not making any sense.
I will say real quick for that, I can make the trigger to be once they have fallen through the portal.
How does that work with like a
Or
blast
two within
radius?
range?
Like, would
Okay.
it like go through the gate if someone was standing on the other side of the gate?
Close
yeah,
the gate
I'd
once
say
they're through.
so. I'd say so.
I'd say once they get pushed through the gate, I would just close it right away, and then it would be
Yeah.
activated, and we'd be okay.
I agree with
How
fast
Triad
is
that
that?
we do need sleep.
Yeah, same.
Okay, so that's definitely something to consider. That doesn't sound bad. If you need help with gold, I have 1,000 I can spare, and that's really all I've got.
That makes 4.
I definitely think that it could be useful for getting rid of those legendary resistances, which overall would help us inflict damage.
That's what I
and
want
like other
to do
spell
with
stuff.
them.
Can I look at the queen?
Yeah.
Are we getting separate bedrooms?
Do you wish to stay here tonight?
Oh,
I
is
sleep on the roof. There's
I
far on
don't
the
know.
roof. I
I
can sleep.
mean,
that an offer?
If you would like to stay in the palace, of course, our home is welcome to you.
I'm gonna
I
put my
would-
hand on it.
You have
Because I was playing with my hair.
Ooh.
I thought she meant here in her bedroom. I was like,
God.
She is
It's
she is
another
famously the
monarch.
most beautiful woman in the world. Yeah.
Listen, she's married to Theseus, and just because Poseidon cucked Theseus doesn't mean she wants to sleep with you.
She looks lonely. It's
I
like
can
Theseus is
summon
always running out
the-
of his bedroom.
I can summon some of our servants to arrange some rooms for you if that is what you would desire.
Is there a place on the roof I can sleep under the stars?
It
got
would
a
not
balcony
be the
in your room.
most. It would not be the most private of affairs, as we have guards stationed on the roof. But you would be welcome.
Yeah, like
Get one that
just
faces
just
sunrise.
let him know that I'll be there, and to just not like poke me awake to see what the fuck I'm doing.
I'm with
Of
you.
course.
I'll say tomorrow. Well, how many days has it been since we talked to the One Smoke in regards to the mines?
I think we checked in with Paloma
Yeah, they were
About
3 making
or 4
up.
days ago.
Yeah.
Did I get to tell Cora
So-
about making a divine version of Blood Glass?
I think
I
you
don't think
mentioned
brought
it.
up.
I think I've told her. I think I just told us. I just thought that'd be
Yeah.
cool. Okay, I'll tell her in
Yeah.
the morning or something.
I thought you had mentioned it to her like vaguely, but not at
I
all
think
in
when we
detail.
were in the battlefield,
I think
I know we
tomorrow
collected
we
some
should-
too.
Were the mines able to be moved after they're set? I forget.
They're
Yeah,
mines.
the
so
mines are mines.
I would
Okay.
assume no, they're
And they
mines.
converted them to force damage, right? They found a way to do
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Okay. So that's either we can place those beforehand, or that's another use of Arcane Gate for me or someone else. We could drop them on Tromocrates.
Could we fire
But
them
I think
with
we
the
should
bullets?
start getting.
No.
I think they're too big.
Yeah,
But I think we should
yes.
definitely start getting those over here as well if we're kind of expediting the. Not expediting, but like
Are
fast tracking the plan.
Is it
Are
2
we?
weeks? Are we going in 2 weeks?
I thought so. I thought that
Not expediting. I didn't think we were expediting anything. I
'Cause
thought
if
we were
we're
just
fast
gonna
there's
tracking
more
the
islands
plan, are they
nearby
gonna be
that
able to get the
disappeared
glyphs
that were
done, though?
closer. There's the well, we're just trying to like get everything.
No, we're just better prepared.
started here.
We're not getting
Yeah,
a head
yeah.
start. We're just
Okay,
better
I'll
prepared.
say if we're fast
We're
tracking,
not
I don't
fast
go get the
tracking.
glyphs
Because
done.
I mean, realistically, we don't know if like we're hoping Tromocrates doesn't attack until we summon Tromocrates, but they could before. So I
mean,
think
if
at this
everything's
point,
ready and we hear that like an island is getting swallowed, then maybe we could do it then. But I say for now we just get everything ready and then just stick to our timeline.
they've been
Okay,
getting
that makes
closer and
sense.
closer
I
to
thought-
Athens with the islands they've been eating. So I figured they're kind of
Has it been
preparing
closer? I
themselves.
thought it was erratic. I thought it was sporadic.
It was closer, right?
It's a little bit of both. You guys are both kind of right.
Hmm.
It's not making a beeline in any particular direction, but it's also not straying terribly far.
Let me
We'll
look at-
just
Can you bring up the
being a
map
little bit more
again, Sammy,
prepared is
with the
probably-
Eaton Island? Oh, it's up. Never mind.
Yep.
It is also that random one up top above the Isle of Ares that bothers me.
The one close to what?
yeah, but that was one of the. Was it that
Oh.
one? Wasn't that one of the first ones, or was
not one
that?
of the first ones. That was not
No?
there a while ago.
That was not one of the first ones.
Hmm.
He started
I-
out in the Hephaestus Islands.
Can't remember which
What
was the
was
most
that island?
recent though. I think the one near Midas was the most recent.
Yes,
I don't
that
know.
was the most recent.
Do people not live on these?
Yeah.
Like, do they not send out like SOS signals? Maybe, like,
It's
a-
ancient Greece. What are you gonna do?
A message ascending. My island is sinking. I don't know. The Tromocrates ran. My mom, I loved her.
I mean, I'm pretty sure with islands just being kind of gone, people would know what caused it.
I mean, were there no like clerics or anything on those islands that were just like, please, hands of fate, save me? It's not like we could, but
I mean,
They've never
maybe
met
maybe
us.
maybe they were, and maybe they did. They just weren't asking you,
that's unfortunate.
and it
Yeah, they've
happened too
never
fast.
met us, so they can't exactly do that.
You don't know
Well,
who
I
The
lives.
think-
Titanic was able to send a distress signal. It still sank.
You know, I guess.
Wow. Maybe
I
they
didn't-
didn't
I
see
think-
the
I
iceberg
didn't get to that
coming.
part of the movie. Okay.
Maybe they just
I
didn't see
think-
the iceberg coming.
Being able to prepare a little bit more, at least right now, just getting some more stuff here and kind of putting more effort into it is a good idea,
no,
considering everything that's going on.
That fully makes sense. I thought you meant move up the attack date, and then I was about to ask, well, the glyphs might not be done then.
Yeah. Just the attack day would, I think, be the same if they don't attack first.
Yeah.
But I think putting a little bit more effort into preparations, considering the little bit more we know now, is probably a good idea.
Like, can someone sleep
Yeah.
in my bedroom with me?
And
I don't want to
who?
I don't want to give random prophecy and just like no one be there to be like an audience to prophecy.
I mean,
need
I won't sleep. I
a
cannot
win.
sleep on the roof and sleep in the bedroom with you.
Yay.
Cool.
Be like old
So-
times.
Servants come and lead you to your quarters, down some beautiful marble hallways and staircases. There is a sort of a guest wing of this palace that you guys find yourselves in. Rooms very close to each other, essentially down the same hallway. Not as luxurious as Theseus's suite, obviously, but still very posh. You get the sense that these rooms are probably usually used for traveling diplomats or ambassadors or that sort of thing. So they're very nice rooms. You guys are able to find sleep, as it is very late at night right now, so it does not take you long to conk out. Ryujin, you wake up first. You don't know why. Dawn is breaking. You feel well rested. You've slept as much as you needed to. But you have an awful sense of unease that something is very wrong. The rest of you wake up. You can all take a long rest. Adagio, your point of exhaustion is gone.
I'll find Trya like right away. Like as soon as I'm awake, I'm going to Trya and
A couple things before you do anything. First being that you see that it's raining outside your window. A heavy rain, but no thunder in the sky.
Is it saltwater?
As you all sort of come to and notice this, you can open your window and taste the rain, and it is very salted. Ryujin, the door to your room opens and you see Seaman and Nemios. I need you to gather your friends. Come with me now. And he leaves.
I want to turn to Adagio.
yeah, I'll get everybody, and then we'll yeah.
Real
Oh,
quick,
shit,
while we're on
dude,
our
what
way
happened?
there, can I turn
Did
to
Theseus
Adagio
just
and cast
die?
something to Theseus? See if he's okay.
Yeah, as we're gathering everyone, I'm gonna talk to Trya. Be like, are you okay? Do you have any dreams?
I'm fine. Something's
Adagio,
Okay.
please.
something's weird though. I
No,
can't
definitely
put my
something is
finger on
wrong.
it. Yeah.
Something is very wrong.
Seaman and Nemios leads you to the Chamber of the Coalition, where you first made your pitch to have the fight of Tromocrates here. You see the entire coalition is seated at their assigned tables, or chairs.
Is Theseus here since he's part of the coalition?
No, you see Queen Triena sitting at or standing behind
Yes.
his chair at the head of the table.
How does
You also
Trina
see-
look?
Let me set the scene. you also
We're
see
concerned.
you see a new face who is seated on Theseus's chair's right hand, a Triton, wounded. His arm is wrapped in some sort of seaweed bandage, and he has a huge gash down his face, and you can see this sort of blue-purple blood that is still wet. As you all enter, you see all the faces turn towards you, and this new Triton stands. Forgive me. My name is King Anagonius. I am King of Nepeot.
Can you?
He reaches into his pouch and places Theseus's crown on the table. Nepeot has fallen, and so has the champion. And that's where we'll take our break. We'll come right back to that moment in just a few minutes Let's sit with that. Oh, feels so good.
But he's
Nice.
I mean, not like dead, right? Because he's a champion.
We'll see you in a bit. And we are back. Welcome back to the Links of Tartarus. We're gonna hop right back into the moment that we left, where the king of Nepeot revealed that not only has Nepeot fallen, but has taken King Theseus with it.
Nepeot is gone.
As the crown sort of clatters onto the marble table, the king attempts to stand and then just sort of sits instead. I am sorry to be the one to bring you this news.
Can I look for
never thought-
Triea?
She's right next to you.
Can I
I'm gonna
just
hold
put
her
my
hand.
hand on her shoulder?
We never thought. He had never before. We thought Nepeot was safe.
How did it happen?
He was not alone. He now has people with him. Creatures,
Brown descendants.
not just them. But yes, they are among his ranks. He has
Is
an
the
I'll have
link
to link.
there?
I only saw what I could see. There was so much chaos. There was so much death and running and screaming and then the champion was there. Then Poseidon was there. And then they were gone. And
Both.
And then only the champion remained. I heard
Not
only
Poseidon.
I heard only bits and pieces, but it seemed like Theseus sent him away. And then I was under attack. And when I awoke in the ruins of my palace, I saw him.
How long has it been?
Mere hours. As soon as I awoke, I took the crown and I came here to warn you.
And I
We
start
have to.
healing.
We have to go get him. I have the money to bring him back. We can go get him.
It really didn't happen like that. You turn and you see in a beautiful blue aura a young, virile Theseus. Will you relax, all of you? I'm fine.
You're not fine.
I'm dead, bro.
I have evolved. He goes over to Queen Draina. I'm sorry. But all of you need to know the truth. Oceanus was there, on the finger of one I thought long dead, who was long dead, but has since been resurrected. The man who made that horn, Ryujin.
Oh.
Humanities?
Fuck.
What does that mean? Who is he? Who is this person?
The original owner of the horn.
Before
one
the
that-
gods
the
had
leg-
champions, the Titans had champions too.
Champion of Oceanus.
God damn.
That's not it. Along
Fuck.
with Tromocrates, he now travels with Apotrebo and a legion of drowned descendants and priests and sycophants. It was more than we anticipated. I sent our father away for his own safety. I'm am sorry that I could not save Nebiot. And I am sorry. He turns to Traia.
He's the plan.
I'm sorry this
Yeah, I'm still
happened
holding her
to you.
hand.
Traia, I know that this is all very new to you. But believe me when I say that you have been training your entire life for this day. Traia is sort of stunned. Now, the way we do it in Athens is we put it to a vote. All agreed to honor Queen Traia. Say aye. One by one,
Aye.
the coalition stands and unanimously votes.
Okay, good, because if they didn't, I would threaten them all.
Traia doesn't know what to do, but the queen takes Theseus's crown and comes over to her. Are you ready? Traia just looks up at her. No. The queen smiles. Good. I would be extremely worried if you were. She places the crown on Traia's head. Theseus goes, so, if Nepiot has fallen, that means that Tromocrates is no longer holding to his own rules. Nepiot was a safe place, protected by Poseidon. Now, he is confident enough to believe that nowhere is safe. Which means there is nothing stopping him from attacking Athens.
Is he,
Huh?
is he like crushing these islands, or is he eating these islands?
He's eating them.
God,
Isn't that how he gains his power, basically?
It's a way he gains power.
When I use the horn, is it just Tromocrates? Or is it like an area effect? Everything around him comes with?
I don't know. No one knows. He's never traveled with a group before.
Tremenides would know, probably.
Perhaps.
I think if Humanities is with, then we might be looking at more than just Tromocrates in this fight. I mean,
We might be a
It's
bit
his
above our
horn.
heads.
we didn't have a choice.
If
The good news
Humanides is back
is
from
this.
the dead, what chance do we have?
Humanities may be an ancient, evil person, but he is still a man, and men can die.
With a link of Oceanus, Apotrepo, and Tromocrates on his side.
okay, but we fought Alpha Trapper before, and we also have a link on our side. I mean,
Yes,
there was definitely
I
a lot
would
to
also
take on.
say
It was a
there
lot
was
to take
not
on originally. But if we
Tromocrates.
abandon the plan altogether, he's still gonna come after Athens.
Listen,
This way,
we have
a
options.
line of a plan to
I
attack.
think
At-
we
at
need
the-
to think about how the
Look.
plan's set up, knowing there's more of them.
Listen. At the very least, we have options. We have links if we need to, which at this point, I think, as much as it makes me uncomfortable, it's something to consider. Adagio works well with the link. Who's to say we can't? And I know there's a risk there. I know that that's not maybe the best idea, but we don't have a choice. Okay, this is something we have to do. If we don't do this, worse things will happen than Theseus's death, than the fall of Athens. Every single landmass ever is at some point surrounded by ocean. And if this force grows and we let it fester and become stronger, then that's look, I don't know what else to do here. I think that we should explore some options we maybe didn't think were possible. I don't know. I'm still kind of taken aback. So if you guys have anything to suggest,
If you're suggesting the links,
I don't know what other
if you
options we
permit
have.
me to say, we do all notice that they do react to each other in some way, shape, or form.
which one is the opposite of Oceanus?
It would be Taya. Or not Taya, it would be the one the
Themis.
Blood Smoke has. Yes.
Themis.
Themis, the freshwater?
Doesn't
no,
that help
wait.
cancel
No,
out
no,
their power?
that's Tethys. Themis is law and
Tethys.
morality.
That one would cancel out or dampen him slightly. However, if we all have links, or if there were just suddenly more links added onto this, we're just dealing with, I don't know, however many during a fight with a link that we don't control. And may I add, every link that we know of has no qualms with joining up with the others.
Hold on, Ilmay, give me 1 sec. For some reason, you're not coming through on stream. Give me 1 second.
You did ask them. Yeah, I remember that.
Okay,
Yeah.
now you're good. Now they should be able to see and hear you.
Okay. I was just saying that I asked during the 2 days of downtime, I asked the links how they would if they would be willing to talk to the gods and work with the gods and stuff. And I wrote notes and I found part of the notes. I don't think it's all of the notes because I just have 3 on here. So
We only have 3 in Forge, don't we?
3 or 4.
I have Hyperion, Iapetus, and then obviously Phoebe. That's the
What
ones.
those are titans of what again?
Hyperion is the skies, and he wouldn't get along with Apollo. So just so you know about that.
This was specifically against the gods. This
Science.
wasn't against Tromocrates.
Yeah. And then Iapetus was
Invention,
Yeah, he's
I
craftsmanship.
believe.
yeah.
So that wouldn't work well with Hephaestus, right?
With Hephaestus,
That'd have to be.
They dip into each other's domains, yeah.
Yeah.
And so basically, we
we're-
can't match other links with our parenthood. Is what we're kind of faced with, right?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't necessarily think that means that. Like,
You also have Coeus
it's not
as
like.
well.
Okay, that's the. I don't know where the notes are for that
Yeah,
that one.
Coeus,
Yeah, I thought we
Coeus
had
is
3.
intelligence.
Yo, hit me up. I
Yes.
need it.
And Coeus is the one who wouldn't get along with Athena and
Yeah.
her wisdom.
I'm taking.
They aren't swords put on and like
but
gain
Apollo
extra
has
power.
said that they could be our greatest weapon in some of our upcoming battles.
Look, I'm not totally comfortable with it, but the way I see it, what chance do we have?
Yeah.
This isn't something
He
we can
took out
avoid. This
Nephil.
is we have to do as much as we can to prepare and get stronger for this. If we lose, that's
That's that.
What are we gonna
That's
offer
it.
them?
I hate this idea as much as the next. I know one who would kill to get off of the Beast Wilds however she could.
No, definitely not her.
which one did we
But
give
the
to
other
Poseidon
ones-
again? That was
Taya?
Yeah.
Tea, which is the
Oh, Tea,
Titaness of.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull
sorry.
up the list. I know, no. There's a lot of names and they're all Greek. Taya is Sight. That was the one that was in
Oh, the truth.
Silavin. Yeah. That's with Poseidon, and then Mnemosyne Memory is with Artemis. And
I
then
hate to
Themis
say
is
it.
with the one smoke.
I don't particularly like her, considering what happened before, but she would give anything to get off of the Beast Wilds.
Yeah,
but
but we can't
we-
trust her, and she's
we
not gonna
will
want anything
just-
we want anyway.
All right, how about this? We will do our own meeting after this with whoever we think should be there, and we will discuss this between us. I feel like that's probably a better area to do that in. Right now, we need to
Yeah.
focus on everything else, everything that Theseus has got to say. Triea,
I just want to turn to Triea real quick and just, like, while everything's been going on, are you okay?
She turns to you
I'm
all.
still holding Tria's hand.
She turns to you all. Figure out what you need to figure out. But we blow that horn tomorrow.
I want to hug Triea, just like really, a really big hug. You know, sit there for a few seconds, and just, I don't know. Ryujin's
send a
kind
message
of
to
emotionally stupid, but I want to try and just convey as much love as I can. And if you need anything, I'm here. We are here. I know we haven't known each other for our whole lives, but you are family, and that means more than you can possibly imagine to me.
I know. Let's just hope my reign doesn't last one day.
I'll leave.
I want to, real quick, before we leave the room, look to everybody else and take one knee and kneel down in front of the new Queen of Athens.
I will do the same.
Me too.
The coalition all does the same, and she's like, "This is really formal, not super. Thank you, I guess."
I
Thank
immediately
you.
stand up. You needed the sign of respect. I'm sorry. I will look to her. I know that you gave me one of the gems, and you understand the circle of life shit and all of that. If you want to talk, I'm here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I think more than anyone, I'd like to talk to this guy right here. She points at Theseus and goes, "We'll chat."
Real quick, if we're blowing the horn tomorrow, can we cancel out the other two glyphs that we're got going, and I'll make 2 symbols today?
Yes, figure it all out.
We need to let's try and fast track at least one more. If
I
we
don't
can
know
get
They can
Well,
be
if it's a
even
new
fast.
several
day-
mages to work on it.
No, if it's a new day,
See
they
how
can
much
start
time it
with
is left.
two.
I leave it to you. My scope has changed, but I trust you and everyone in this room to make this work.
Your name is vice captain in your stead of the Arc of Fate, because I can't be there all the time. You can't be all the time. I mean, in the future I might be there all the time, but like
Brother,
not for a while.
let's hope it stays afloat, and then we'll talk.
And then figure it out.
You're right. You're right. Okay. All right. So all right. We need to have our own meeting. Triea, I think you should definitely be there. I don't mean to disrespect the coalition, but this is more of a personal matter for the Lynx. And anything else we need to discuss, I think we should rally in maybe Delphi
Bora, yeah.
or
We need to get them
Ahead
here if we
now.
can.
and talk to our parents. I mean, this is big. So if there's anything else you guys think we need to do, let's do it.
Can we ask the dude on the coalition who deals with the mages if it can be fast tracked first?
For
Sure.
the last, yeah, I can offer up 1,000 gold to any assistance. I wish I had more, but that's all I have.
I don't know if you see
Archmage
that,
Scarin the Gold Cloak, the Gold Dragonborn that is in charge of the Femian University of Enlightenment here. Goes, we can certainly pull strings and do our best here, but we are still slaves to the laws of the arcane. But we'll put all hands on deck, so to speak.
Can they be fast tracked? Like, can one of them or both of them be done by tomorrow or not?
If the gods are good, then perhaps.
Okay. If I can provide the money for it, can you provide me with materials to make 2 symbols?
Of course. What do you need?
I need 1,000 gold worth of mercury, phosphorus, diamond, and opal. Like
Done.
1,000
I
in
will-
total.
I will take
I
from
have
my
1,000
private
gold.
storage. Oh yes, I do expect
I
you to
can
pay
only
me,
make
but
2 in
I
this
can
time
give you the
Yeah,
materials.
no, I'm just gonna give him my whole bag of coins. Honestly, there's like just over 1,000 in there. I'm just gonna give it to him. There's a bit extra in there. It's like 1,200 gold. You do your thing.
It's the
I
end of
can
the
only
world.
make 2 symbols, so
Good.
But you can do 2 more tomorrow, right?
yeah, I'd be out of
Wow.
7 full spell slots going into a battle.
That's fair.
So,
I'll message Cora.
are we
then.
gonna try and meet in Delphi? Yeah, message Cora. Are we gonna try and? Is there a way we can just? We all have to be there, right? Shit.
Okay, if
Um,
we need to get people from Delphi, we need to get who's fighting with us here.
Absolutely.
Who is fighting?
Well, I
We're
think
leaving
we
Cora out
should.
of the fight. She's a little too important to risk dying.
We have,
Wait,
Yeah,
we have
that's the
gate
other. That's the other
stones.
factor here is everyone in this fight could die.
Yeah, we have gate
Oh.
stones. They can only take so many people, though.
Is it limited? don't
listen.
know.
8.
I don't think Cora should be there. I think. Okay, here's the thing. I think we should get everyone that we're considering, including Taya, Shreya, not Taya. Sorry, I mixed Taya and Shreya.
You tried.
And meet
Oh, we
and
also
Theseus
need-
and meet in Delphi.
We also need the
We
one
should have a
smoke
big-
and
Paloma.
I forgot her name. Yep, Paloma.
Paloma.
I was gonna say
Paloma.
Paloma.
Yeah.
Now, the question is, we're talking about Cora is too important. Do we want to ask Odella and Lilio and all of them?
I mean, would they fight?
I don't think Odella should
What
be
would
there either.
Lilio-
No,
what would they
main
do? I
main
mean,
leaders
they'd be stuck on a boat.
at this point, main leaders of territories, I don't think should be there.
Okay,
I mean, Triad
next
has no
question.
choice, but
I can ask if it's okay. The Sisters of the Moon are the ones who protect the tree, right, Sammy?
Yes.
What are the other ones?
The
Isn't it the Moon
the moon
Sisters?
stars. The moon stars.
Yeah, them. I can ask them if they're willing to fight and to help.
I mean,
I
you
can-
could. They have no allegiance to Athens or Poseidon.
They have no allegiance, but if we let them know why we're doing this and that it is to protect the gods and Gaia and put things back into their natural order, they might.
I have something to say to the king of Nepeot.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna walk up to him and I'm gonna say, look, I know it's a long shot, but if you have any troops remaining, anyone that's scattered, anyone that's left, if you can get a message to them, at this point we don't have a choice. It's fighting or death.
How would they get here?
So if you can get anyone here by tomorrow, any forces at all, it'll help. I mean, I know it's asking a lot since they just lost their home, but places can be rebuilt. I know it's not much, but if we win this, I will do everything I can to help you and rebuilding Nepeot, and I will pledge myself to the cause. I will do everything I can, but if there's anyone you can muster, please try.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh shit.
Ooh, I'm gonna roll to see if I can help you or not.
Sorry, maybe
I
even
can.
He's not high enough.
I will let you know this
Persuasion,
is
eh?
a very hard DC, as his entire country just got destroyed by this exact same foe.
Equation.
What did you roll?
How is it 28?
I'm gonna add to that, but I don't know if I need to.
Do it anyway.
What are you gonna
Fuck
do?
it, I'll add to it. Take 4 more.
Okay. For a 32.
I just want to say, before you tell me what happens,
Yeah.
I'm very much like a Laura Bailey when it comes to rolls. If it feels right, that's what I do.
Oh.
And I rolled my first ever dice set for this, the first dice I
Aw.
ever received, because like this feels like a bit like kind of kind of big roll.
Yeah.
So hopefully it works.
So, the king looks at you. You are the one I have heard stories about, are you not? Ryujin, they call you.
It would be my name. I'm not sure what stories you would have heard. I'm quite unimpressive.
I disagree. The hands of fate have made their influence known even to those of us under the sea. Son, my people have just lost everything. Not only their homes and their city. Many have lost their lives. When I swam from the wreckage, all I saw were corpses. People I knew. People I loved. Perhaps I could find stragglers, survivors like me. Perhaps I could convince them to go and fight now injured the same enemy that just destroyed their livelihoods. Perhaps I would be sending my men to their doom. But you carry the god's blood in your veins. I make no promises to you, son of Poseidon. But if there are men to fight, they will be found.
I know it's asking a lot, like I said, but if there are men to fight, if there are creatures to help, at this point, any, for lack of a better word, resource is gonna help. I mean, we thought we had a couple more weeks to prepare, and we weren't even sure then, and this is the only chance we have. It's now or never.
That was, by the way, a difficulty of 30.
Holy shit!
Oh my god, I'm so glad I did it. Oh.
I rolled an 18, and I have a plus 10. Holy shit.
So without the plus, you had to have a 20.
Yeah. Oh my god. Dude, that guy have a plus 10. Oh my god.
Yeah, come on, Charisma. Let's go, Charisma.
Let's go.
So,
Okay. So it feels like the next step is gather our leaders and friends, discuss things in Delphi if we're all able to make it there. There is
Why
a
in
couple
Delphi?
small things. I mean, that's where most of everyone is, right?
Ground zero, baby.
But
That's the home base.
with how many people it is, they could come here, and this is where the
How?
fight is going to be.
Should I use the helm and I could try and get people here, because we're gonna have to take people back if that's the case, because Core can't stay.
I don't think they
There's
should
no way.
stay. I think we should take them back. But they leave a single gate stone in Delphi, they can go back. I feel like with the
they
fight
do have
being
gate stones
here,
probably too. Okay.
it would be better to have everyone here.
So there's no chance in hell I'm facing a death sea monster without saying my not girlfriend first. So
There.
whatever
So,
we have to
all right,
plan for
group
that. that's
decision.
So we
what
can
happens.
message Cora first
Group
and see
decision.
what she can do.
Are we going to Delphi, or are we bringing Delphi to us?
Just
Bring Delphi to us
I'll message Cora and just see what's up.
and tell them to leave before if they need to be ones that are gone.
Look, the helm has 3 charges. It's a new day. I rolled. I have all 3.
Why can't Cora be there?
We don't want her to die. She's in charge of the entire society of 100 hands.
And I don't necessarily mean Korra specifically. I mean, like, they're not necessarily pulling any stops. I don't feel like we should either.
But is she
That's
die?
true.
There's a
I think we
chance
should
we
give
can
her the
fight like
fair,
a Sea
but-
Legion.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
don't
How
have
about this?
time to say who can fight.
She's her own
You're right,
person.
you're right.
She makes her own
You're right.
decisions.
It should be Korra's decision. But the only reason I had said that was because if we fail, the only person that's going to be there to lead, at least Delphi, will be Odella. And with everything else going on, I imagine Korra has been a massive help. You know, mobilizing the forces of 100 hands, or handed ones. You know, it's that was Korra.
I have
I'm
to
sorry,
say,
I can't remember the name. But
if we fail, Delphi's not going to be standing long for her to lead anyway.
Okay.
None of Gaia
We're
is.
dealing
Alright.
with a
we'll leave it up to
prophecy
choice.
that requires a demigod apiece. If any
You're right,
of us
you're right.
die, it's a
I didn't
big
think about that.
problem.
You're right.
If I die, it's
Let's
definitely a big
stop.
problem. If somehow the champions all get involved in this, we got a problem.
Yeah. I mean,
She's her own person. She needs to make her own decision.
we don't have time to. We just don't have time to be having weapons and not use them if we can or have to. Just. We need to figure out what we have and what exactly we're facing so we can assess.
Yeah. We need to
Is
get.
the horde coming here, or are we blowing the horn tomorrow to, like, I guess circumvent the whole, like, sea
should blow the
parade
horn.
coming? Is everybody coming?
If there's any chance it's just Tromocrates with the horn being blown, we need to do that.
We're
And
blowing
the
the
guy
horn
who made the
tomorrow.
horn who would be riding Trump? Or is that like a... Or
We
is
have
this
no
just
clue.
like a... Okay. Second question. Would us isolating Tromocrates do anything significant at this point?
It
Like,
might give us a better chance of killing him
okay.
because
so
we
if
don't have a link of
remove-
Oceanus.
I mean, we don't know
One
much about the horn
particular-
other than the fact that wherever it is blown, if there is a large enough body of water, Tromocrates appears, whether that's magic means or something else. But I don't know much about it besides that.
The only person
Figure
who would
we
know.
blow it is going to be on the opposite side. Yeah. It's his horn.
Yeah. We can't just ask him.
Okay.
Question real quick. We have a boon from Hades. Can we ask him to fight with us?
Is there anything
Hades,
else
who
we could
admittedly said he doesn't care about the Overworld.
Hades, who also said
We
that he
can
has
ask
a boon
about
that
that.
he will complete from us. He will do whatever he can.
Maybe he
if
could
it's
do more
within
like
his
a-
if it's within
If it's
reason
within his
though.
power, he will do that from us saving him.
Maybe
How
like a
about
different
this?
boon. Maybe not like a him personally come fight. I don't think that's a thing he'd do.
And for
But he
that
could
reason,
send reinforcements.
Wait, what about
Doesn't he have a champion?
Yeah, everyone has a champion.
Gyarados?
Yeah, we
there-
met him.
I mean there's a few different things we could ask for, right? We could see maybe if Theseus could come back, if the forces of Nepeot could come back, if there's any other way we could become stronger, if
and he
there's
cast-
any
I want to
other
look at
power player
Theseus
we
real
could
quick
have
and
on our
point towards
side.
him. He seems pretty happy as he is. He is just an evolved form of Theseus now. He's like Phaeton.
He's the ship of Theseus. He was.
He is
never will be
Theseus
again.
until all pieces of Theseus are gone.
That's funny. Theseus goes, "My father has already pledged to have his influence be known on the day that we enact this plan. Now, I believe it's a bit more clear. I will be the influence of Poseidon on that day."
all right.
What can we ask of Hades that's actually worthwhile? That would be worth this boon for this.
Death ward on all of them.
Reinforcements?
That does
He is
server.
the king of the underworld. Do you know how many reinforcements he could possibly offer?
Oh, the dragon. Send the dragon.
We could ask if Rearmoo could come.
Release the
Okay.
dragon.
Would we ask for reinformants or power?
What power could he give us?
I don't know. He's the Lord of the Underworld. You tell me.
And he's just gonna look at you and be like, "What do you want? What do you want? Stop asking me for power. What do you want?
He's
What
going
do
to
you
make
want?
us be
Stop being a
very
little-
specific, I
Stop being a
feel.
little bee. Come on.
You want to try and made of bones? All right. I don't know.
See, I would
Listen.
rather save that boon for when we go to God's Sight Day.
We might not make it
Thank
to
you,
that point.
May.
Are we
But
going to
if we do, we would want that.
So we use it as a last second thing for getting our asses kicked and we're all about to die. Say, Hades, we need reinforcements ASAP. Thanks, buddy.
I mean,
And
if
if
we
we think
die,
we're
we
gonna
could
be okay-
also just ask him to put us back.
Would we be able to like use his like boon as like a divine intervention? Like, is that what like my brain is equaling that out to?
Yeah, we could ask him to
It
put us
could be.
back.
It could be. It won't work exactly like that, but you could think of
Yeah.
it similarly to that.
And I'd be like, can I get like a necrotic blast? Just
real
like,
quick.
here you go.
Real
Boosh.
quick, Ilme, what you were saying with that, were you saying for God's Sight Day, were you going to say that we would use it to make Hades vote yes, basically?
Pretty much.
Yeah, to use like
I
his
feel
word.
like that's not a smart thing to do.
I don't know. I just
We
like
use our
the
one
ace,
favor.
ace in
Yeah,
our pocket.
we use our
I
one
feel like
favor
telling
from
Hades
to
that he
get
has to
him-
vote a certain way might go
I
bad.
want to ask the Queen a question. Should we just have everyone meet here again? Should we get everyone here? Is there another place we should do this? No offense to the coalition. Should they all be here? I don't know what the right way to go about this is.
This
Which
is
queen
one
are
of-
you asking?
It's true.
Oh, true.
Traina or Traea?
Is she still queen or is
Both
she
of
like
them.
queen mother now?
She would be
how
the queen
fuck
mother.
Did Triea not know who her
Both.
fucking parents were when her name is Triea and the queen's name is Traina?
I asked.
Maybe she
Both
could have been named
queens.
after the queen. I mean, it's a famous queen. Who doesn't? name
Anna,
their
are
kids
you
after
are you related
monarchs?
to Anna Karenina?
Okay,
People have
but
similar
this
names.
Is not the same.
I
Like,
wasn't-
this is ancient Greece.
Yeah.
Okay, she's a fucking
was named-
demigod of Poseidon. So is
Okay.
Theseus.
We should send a message to Cora, right? First things first. To gather everybody so we can use the helm to get them here.
We don't
Question
need
mark?
the helm to get them here. They have a gate stone
They
that
have
links to
magic.
us.
Do they have a gate stone that links to us?
I
Yes.
always have a gate stone on me.
Because
'Cause
I
we
have the set of two that we spread out among us. But
No,
did
yeah,
we,
they-
did we ever
they
get
have-
the other orange one from Phaeton or the yellow one, whatever one it was?
There's
They
more
have
than-
they have one that connects to Adagio.
Yeah,
Mine
Okay.
always leads back to
that's
the-
how we get back to Delphi whenever we don't use the
Is that
helm
enough?
before.
Is that enough for everybody
I don't know how much that.
Well,
holds.
if
that
they
we bring? 'Cause
bring-
it's like
they-
8 people, right?
They have extra gate stones though. They have all the other sets.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
leave,
Okay. You're right. Forgot about that.
I use
Yeah.
the stones to bring the stones.
it should be fine.
So is this like this world's form of Infinity Stones?
Yeah,
I guess.
definitely.
I feel like the God Stones are this world's form of Infinity Stones.
I wanted
that's
a
what
Demeter
Sure.
one.
I
I
know you
wanted a
did.
Demeter one so bad.
Is there one for every god?
Yeah.
Huh.
So
At the end of this, can we know what they are?
Sure.
I have
Okay.
never used Poseidon's. I've been waiting for like a big like spell casting moment.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
But
that's,
that's-
right.
Never happened.
Well, can't you use it multiple times?
No, his is
Yeah. Well, no, I can, but it's like I can negate a certain amount of spell levels with it.
and then it shatters, right? After a certain amount.
I think so.
Okay,
Once it's
I
used
was
up,
Theseus-
thinking of the
Theseus goes-
Ares one.
There is one more thing that reminded me of some strange occurrence in the battle. An ability or something I'd never seen before. Some of the sycophants that traveled with him. In the battle, we tried to heal those on our side, and sometimes they would heal, but other times it seemed as if those on the other side would heal instead. I don't know how they did it. I don't even really understand what it was. But it's something that I would keep an eye on.
Yeah, so we might not even be able to heal ourselves. Would any of us like have heard of anything like
Do you
that?
still have your trident
No.
And I like.
and its
If you would like,
abilities?
if you would like the real trident back, you can have it. I have a slightly different version now.
That's so weird.
That's exactly what happened with
I mean-
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was
it's
like,
just-
I mean-
it's like Phaeton. I was like, that's,
Sure. If you're willing and it's not gonna dampen your ability to do anything, then I would gladly
but-
take it. Otherwise, I was gonna say, I mean, with the cube of force, that can do some stuff. Maybe if we needed to heal, I don't know. I'm just trying to run through ideas in my head.
There is just one slight problem.
Is it an Nepio?
It's either at the bottom of the ocean or inside Tromocrates.
Can't call it back, can you?
Not really, no.
God damn.
Where do you
I would
think it
think-
would be?
Hopefully, in the wreckage of Nepiot. Perhaps it will be discovered by archaeologists in thousands of years.
So if I wanted it,
That's a river song.
if it's not in Nepiot,
Has Ryujin ever
it's-
been to Nepio?
No? It was on his
Right.
list.
so that's what,
Traya has,
that's
right?
off the table.
Try it has, yeah.
Can I go with Traya to retrieve it? With like locate
No.
object?
I could also do that, and I can breathe underwater.
Wait.
too.
You guys are
Me
going
too.
to get it?
No.
And
That's
I don't
not-
have
Nepiot
to
just
retrieve.
fell. That's not a good idea, right?
Nepiot is an enormous, sprawling metropolis. To know
Right.
where it is, it's extremely difficult.
Okay, this is a
That's-
very sensitive question. Where did you fall in Nepio?
I fell in the palace, but the palace was then scattered across miles.
Okay.
You know what?
Ryujin, I don't know if you're going to get that back, but
Use Hades'
It's
boon
okay.
to like search the ocean.
It's
for
okay.
it.
All right. What's the next step? What are we doing right now?
we need to have a meeting.
I'm messaging
Message
Cora.
Cora to
Yeah.
send everybody here. Yep.
Do we know who we're gonna use in this fight?
We'll just bring all the demigods with us at least.
You said if we're not pulling any punches, then that means everyone.
Everyone.
But if they
Can
die,
we not take Odella from Delphi, though?
I
Because
was
I
gonna
feel
say,
like
even
I
if
leaving
didn't
people
say
who
Delphi
anything about
don't
Odella, I said the
un-
demigods.
defended is not good.
Okay. I don't think we should bring Odella. I think that's probably not a great idea.
Just the-
but
just-
Leaving Delphi
demigods.
completely undefended is not good.
Okay,
Just the demigods.
demigods.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sounds good?
And Forge.
It's
That's
fine.
I'll
really
use
good
the
point.
I
sending
never
stone
understand this.
yeah.
for that
Mhm.
instead of Adagio using a spell, just in case
Are we
he
bringing
needs
any
something
additional
else.
spellcasters or fighters that aren't demigods? Any of our forces that are in
Are they,
Delphi
like,
that we could
low
use with
level?
other gatestones?
I'm just gonna tell her to bring everybody.
Most of them are dead. The only non-demigod that
Oh.
you might want on your team is Paloma.
Oh yeah, bring Paloma.
Fair. Okay.
We like
Yeah, I'll just tell her
Wait.
to bring everybody.
Yeah, okay, bet.
But
Well-
I'll use the sending stone so that Adagio can have sending for people who aren't in that network if we need it.
Like who?
Uh,
Isn't she connected to everyone?
I got an idea.
Mhm.
So,
Just a slight idea. What if somehow, while we plan an attack on Tromocrates, we also plan an attack on that horde separately?
On what?
On what?
That horde, the rest of them. I mean, Apotrap, like the ones that are moving,
Oh, a
at least to
horde.
slow them down.
I heard like
Oh.
W.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I heard
Wait, are you
horn.
Yeah,
talking
I
about the
meant
hooded
horde.
mute or Hecate? Like, who are you talking about?
No,
I was
I heard
asking
horn,
horde.
so I thought he meant the horn of humanities, and I was like, why would we attack the horn?
What,
I'm
what else can we
sorry.
really do? We
So
set
I
up
haven't
different
slept in
passives to get rid
24
of.
hours.
I think that's
If
just
we
something we just
plan
kind of.
a separate attack on
But
the
we don't have any more
forces that are
resources.
moving, we just
we
have to
don't-
slow that down.
We don't
How
know
do
where
we
they're
slow it
at.
down? We don't even know. We don't
I
know
feel
what
like
starts
this
that
is a
problem.
question we should pose to the whole group and not just us.
This is why I'm posing it now.
Oh, post it later.
Because
We said later.
Once they, if you would let me talk,
I can see the
if we
future
move
later.
them here, we cannot go to Delphi. Therefore, we cannot use the cauldron. Therefore, we cannot scry on anything.
can
and
bring it
figure
with
out
I
you.
where
can
they are at.
scry.
Wouldn't the cauldron work better?
It works the
How
same
many
as
of
me
those do you have?
Bring
scrying.
the cauldron with, can't we?
Which would require us like going there, right? Or can Cora bring it to them?
Get that gate stone
Is
with
there
it?
anybody-
If they have it, like if they're holding it and they have to use a
Yeah,
gate
they
stone,
could- they could
I
gate stone
thought it
with
was. Yeah,
Yeah, it's fine.
I say
Okay.
we bring it.
Oh my god.
Isn't it just once per long rest that we can use it?
One person.
I mean,
per
but it
month.
also
Then
makes
it has
healing
to be
potions.
a druid or a warlock too.
It makes
so-
one healing potion a day,
Okay.
and it disappears.
I told you how to pick.
Well,
the
it's a good thing we have a huge battle in a day.
one.
Maybe it'll
what is
save
it,
a
one
life.
normal healing potion. If it is like a superior, then I guess.
Listen, maybe it'll heal a life, but it can also scry. I think it's a good idea to bring it with. Okay.
I just said that.
Yo,
the
we
healing
don't
stuff.
ever
That's all I
use
was saying.
scrying. I've had scrying for
Well-
like 4 levels now. We've never used it. I used it once.
I mean, this is
That's
just
your own
really
fault.
fast. This
Bring
No,
happened
I'm
fast.
just
We're
saying.
very
Like, I'm
confusing
just
a lot of
saying,
people.
We never
I- you know?
use scrying as a spell. We forget it exists too much.
Right. What are we doing?
Hey Cora, so it's Adagio, as you know, life, love, the pursuit of happiness. Nepeot fell, King Theseus is dead. We need you and the demigods over here. Bring your cauldron thingy. Bye.
Bring everybody, not just the
That was
demigods.
way more than 25 words.
That was not way more.
Are you
than-
I was
That's actually
sure?
probably
That
close.
was
send it so you can save your spell slots for other sendings.
Bye,
Adagio
girl.
sent it. Adagio sent it.
Fucking
I said it like 47 times. Damn.
Cora,
y'all.
yeah. Cora responds going, "Is that what the rain is? Is that we're on our way?"
Oh my god, if she brings just the demigods and not Paloma and the one smoke.
Paloma counts as a semigod.
A few minutes go by, and then Cora, Eryx, Teclis, Vanix, Dardania, Iasis, Krisa, and Paloma all
No
appear.
Lathos?
What about Forge?
Oh, sorry, and Lathos. Oh shit.
I was like, Lathos, please.
Did Forge come with them?
Yes, Forge is there, the cauldron is there, and then a few moments after, Neriana shows up as well, separately.
Who's that? Wait, who's that?
Oh.
That's the
Neriana.
Ares?
Neriana is the Ares daughter who has been undercover with
Okay.
Isaac Gaia.
Yeah, I
this
was
whole
about to
time.
say, we need to pull her out if she
My
hasn't
brain
been
was
pulled
like-
out yet.
I've
Yeah.
been
What about-
wanting to work with her for the longest.
Yeah. What
What about the
about
twins?
They're here.
The
They're
twins are there.
Were they here?
Yeah, they're
oh,
there.
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't do that part.
what
Okay.
about the shapeshifter person that's super undercover?
I mean, if you ask Cora, because I can try to contact Kanarang, but I genuinely don't really know what her situation is.
Would she be good in a battle like this?
Not particularly. She's not skilled in that way very much.
If she's not
Totally
skilled in a
predict.
battle, I don't know if pulling her out is worth it.
Okay.
Doesn't sound like
Then
it.
it's
let's not
it's
get
fine.
her killed.
Well,
Yeah,
my only
I-
thing is if we want to use these links, I feel like Kennerang would really fit well with Iapetus.
Well, I
That's
thought
if
were
we
just gonna
use the links. Let's not
If
we
contact
use
her till
them.
we know.
Which one is
I didn't
Iapetus again?
So
Iapetus is intelligence.
yeah, but
Intelligence.
it's
Sorry,
Well,
like
what about me?
Iapetus is
What about
craftsmanship.
me?
Craftsmanship.
Intelligence. Listen, I'm stupid. Okay.
I'm pretty sure the links bond with people similar to them.
but
Not
but,
that
the,
opposites attract.
but
But
the
I guess
thing is
intelligence would never, could be
yeah.
that. Could be opposites
But
attract.
Ryujin wants to be intelligent. What about that? There's
Okay, you know,
okay. So everyone is here. I imagine we're discussing everything. We're going over all the information that was just shared. We've got the coalition here, all of the demigods, Cora,
Which,
the
by the way,
Queen and Queen Mother.
there is a full moment when you say that Triea is the new queen of Athens, that Eryx is like, does this make me like the king of Athens, or like?
Can I reach
what's-
over and
Incredible.
slap him? I'm sorry, like gift slap him?
It's like, I'm just
You
asking.
just said you weren't even really dating the other day when we threatened you. Shut the fuck up. Now's not the time.
Now she's a
I
queen.
thought that as soon as you.
Listen, listen, listen. We had a whole conversation about not liking gods and not having a god before. We had a moment of being close about shit. Shut the fuck up.
Can I just like under my breath be like,
So-
sounds like a jealous ex to me.
I don't
Jesus.
even like
All right.
people like that.
Shut up, listen. So what we do from here is we need to discuss our next steps. Between all of us, we decide if the links are an option. We decide the rest of the battle placement. We get the mines that have been made, which I assume, does Paloma have those? Were those brought?
It's the one smote is making them, but he's making them in Athens.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many have been made?
I don't know.
Okay, so we need to get those. Wait, you said they're making them in Athens?
Yeah, because they can't
Oh.
travel very far.
Fair. So the one mode is here. So that's covered.
Wait, his link is here.
I
too,
will
then?
say,
Yeah.
Damn, how many links do we have right
I
now?
will say,
Link capital.
are there temples to all the gods in Athens? If so,
Yes.
we all need to pray. And secondly, I am going to reach out to Elea, the dragon. I always fuck up the names.
Yeah, Elea.
And see if there's anything we can get from them. Any other items, any help at all.
Is
So
Elea the
if
one
there's
that
any
gives
other
us
power
the
players that we know, we should probably reach out.
dragon post?
I can go talk to the circle and see if they're willing to fight.
Okay, so we're asking the circle for help. Is one of us turning into a dragon?
Yes.
What?
For this
Wait,
fight,
don't we
I
have
will-
that dragon potion?
Yeah, you have a
that I-
potion.
Yes.
I can
yes.
turn into a dragon with a spell.
That's okay.
You actually
Yeah.
like a full ass dragon?
Basically.
Holy
Hold
shit!
up. Yeah, draconic transformation.
Okay. Well, that's why I've been saving that for this fight. So you can bet your ass I will be doing that. But I'm also going to talk to
But is it
Elea.
a lightning dragon? Thunder dragon?
yeah.
What?
it's a lightning dragon. So I'm going to talk to Ilya because I have that stone. If there's anyone else we need to talk to, we need to do that. I mean, we have the day, so we need to like make shit happen fast.
All right, we need to make the decision about the links now. Then.
I
I
vote
think
yes.
we should use the links, but I definitely don't want to work with Nemosini, and I don't think her memory wipe is going to help much anyway.
There's other things she can do.
Okay, well, I think she's trash, so.
Well,
She
listen,
didn't mix
I'll
well
also
with-
remind you all, just as another part of this strategy, that in order to use a link, you would need to be attuned to it as well.
I'm attuned. I leave.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
You're fine, obviously.
I'm
At
attuned.
this point,
Um,
the only reason I'm saying yes is because, given everything we know now, and given everything that's just happened, we need as much strength as we can get. And I think that maybe the links aren't, obviously great, but they're an option. And I think we should explore that option. Maybe not everybody, but if it fits for some people, then it's worth a shot.
I mean,
I agree.
craftsmanship and intelligence kind of sounds like Cora to me.
Listen, if it works, it works. I'm impartial at this point. I
Sure.
just think it's something that we should explore.
Goblins.
Okay. Adagio, I know you don't want to work with the Mosini, but that's extra firepower if she's willing, and that's a big if anyway.
Yeah, but she was only working with you so she could get freed, right? We're not freeing Nemosini in any version of the universe.
She'd be
Which
getting
is-
freed from the Beast Wild. She is stuck on the Beast Wild now.
Who knows? Maybe she's having fun over there, altering dinosaur or whatever you call those creature memories.
Oh.
It's worth a shot.
Alexios, you look like you have something you want to say. What do you think about all this?
No offense, but your guys' planning seems very defeatist. No offense.
I don't know what that means.
It's like
I'm
Okay,
trying to
we
plan
have a
for the
problem.
worst.
favor, more listen. We've killed dragons. We've fought pretty powerful
Barely.
semi-deities.
With help.
Let's slow down. You guys are talking about making a partnership with someone who we may have to betray on several levels right after this.
If we make it out of this,
I
we
will
don't have time.
say
Right.
this is a little bit different than fighting
Hold on,
dragons.
guys, let Alexios talk.
Okay, sorry.
So, okay. So if we just start making like deals with links and we do survive, we have God's sight stay right after this. I mean, we're gonna have to explain to our parents that we just sided with the guys who they're against without even like talking. This is happening tomorrow. This is bonding with the link isn't just I'm gonna put you on. There is something philosophical about it, right, Adagio? Like you and Phoebe have like some sort of. It's kind of like a weird. Are you guys dating? What
Oh my
is this?
god.
Phoebe's like my stepmom. Go away.
I'm just saying, like it's kind of like you talk a lot, and then like she seems whisper. Whatever. I'm getting off track. Point being, we have a lot of shit right here, and we have favors that we can call in without hurting ourselves. Mnemosiny, horrible idea. She already drove a big ass fight between us already. We should leave it. We don't know what the others are going to do, but they are directly against a few of our parents. It may be a bad idea.
But to be
We
fair,
have. I'm sorry?
Now,
they're only again. They're not like. It's not like they said that they were at war with like our parents. It was more like if we made the council, they wouldn't have a place to fit because our parents
Yeah.
already have those. That's more of a like what we do afterwards. It's not like they're like straight out like I want to kill Athena because she.
It happened again, y'all. I'm so sorry. It seems to be happening twice a session, and I don't know why. Hold on, everyone stop. Everyone stop. It happened again. Yeah, I know. It happened again. Okay, we should be good now. The last thing that Stream and I heard was Adagio starting to talk about how it's not like they're at war with Athena or anything like that.
okay, what I had said after that was, what was Alexios was the one who said we shouldn't be pulling back any firepower.
And I was talking about how we don't have to use all of the links, just some of the links. Like Ilme could use Themis again, and morality. I don't remember what Themis does anymore.
Law and morality.
Yeah.
But
I can't.
these links have like specific things that they want. Like Phoebe quite literally just wants to meet my dad somewhere in the timeline of the universe. Like that, there's literally no harm in that, other than the fact that Zeus might destroy the entire heavens and earth, my father and Phoebe herself. But you know, outside of that, there's no possible drawback.
There is so much possible drama.
Okay, but that's between. I said
What
drawback.
about this?
That's between me and the
What
gods.
about this? What if we, before we make a next step, we pray to all of our gods, try to reach them in any way or as many ways as possible, whether that be talking to a priest, praying ourselves, and we ask them about the links, all of them, tell them the situation, tell them our concerns, and see how they feel. We could get their advice on the situation, see if there's anything they could do, and that way we've at least run it by them if we do decide to use a couple of the links. I'm not saying we should use all of them. I'm just saying it's something that is worth exploring given the circumstances. If we had another 2 weeks to plan and get everything like we were going to, then I would probably not have suggested it. But since we have a day, we
But
can't
it's
pull
also
any punches.
dangerous. It's dangerous
it's-
to keep. It's dangerous the idea of giving the links, even if it was to one of us five. a link doesn't have to stay with you just because you bonded. That link could decide to leave you and find a new holder. So if that new holder is on the other side of the battlefield, all of a sudden we're fighting a new link.
Yeah.
On top
And
of
there's
them.
also, there's also not a guarantee that it's just going to be Tromocrates that we call. It could be Humanities, the Link of Oceanus, and their army.
Well, if we call
There's a
them,
very good possibility that it's going to be all of them. And if that's the case, we need as much strength as we can get. Because if we fuck up, we die, and that's it.
Are unleashing a genie, hoping that it's not a
No
djinn.
God side stay, no nothing. That's it for us. Like this could be our last stand.
I feel it necessary to say that I'm not saying that no one can use links. I just feel like we didn't explore anything that we can do as a group before we jump to links.
Well, what do you suggest? What do you think?
Yeah.
Like, is there stuff we're forgetting? Maybe, I don't know. I'm genuinely asking. I don't mean that kind of sounded dickish, but I don't mean it to sound dickish. I'm being
It's literally like,
what other stuff?
what can we do? Because I really don't know.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, I mean, the idea I had was attacking in waves and spreading out the battlefield. If he's chasing us, we have more of a chance to attack and we have more of a chance to replenish while causing damage. I think once we get Tromocrates where we have him, causing consistent damage with the ships and everybody who's around should be pretty easy.
I thought we were trying to keep him stationary because of the Colossus.
We're trying to keep him moving as little as possible. The Colossus can't move, so
Exactly. So
I
we're
don't
not gonna
think.
we're not trying to run and have him chase us. We wouldn't be able to do.
And if I'm correct, is the Colossus closer to like the bay or closer to the city, or is it like blocking?
Think about the southern port as almost like a pincer. The Colossus stands on either side of the pincer. You would then go into the port, which would then lead into the city.
So like you sail under his legs, basically.
Yes.
So we would be fighting, or we would be fighting on the way into the port and in the port.
So just if this might help, just so you get an idea of scale. This is the size of the Tromocrates, and this is the size of the Ark.
So my recommendation was that we could have the ships like here maybe, or like here or here, just kind of closer to the city. I'm not like out here or like in open water because I feel like that would be bad.
Didn't Chaya argue that it would be hard to shoot the cannons and to move if they were over here? Wouldn't it be better to keep them? They would.
I guess. I mean, maybe that's
they would
something we
have to
should
be
bring
in
up to
open
everybody
water.
to try and see. Because if they're in open water, I feel like they're just an easier target for Tromocrates because he could move and then just wreck one of the ships, and then the Colossus can't do anything because I imagine this is the range, right? And then we've got these ballistas on the outside that could fire and we could do our things and maybe cannons could hit them, but I mean Tromocrates could easily take out one of these ships probably in a turn or two, I imagine.
I'm showing you, these are the two Athenian Navy ships that have been commissioned for you as well.
Is that blue really his range?
That's his melee range, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So it's okay, but it's not great considering how large the battlefield is. So maybe we should have the Athenian ships slightly on the outside, or on the inside. We should have ours on the outside. I don't know. What do you guys think? Because I just don't want to risk both of our big heavy hitter ships, especially considering like we could fit one of them right here to shoot under the legs of the Colossus.
Let's pull a Trojan horse. Let's load one of our ships up. When he eats it, it blows up.
Not a bad idea. It's
Okay.
really funny.
I mean, what do you guys think about that? Do you think we should have a ship like near his legs or under his legs? Because there's enough room for either of them, and
These smaller ships would
it's
be
stationary,
easier
so
to-
it can't move. He can't move his legs. So if I think that'd be a good spot for one. They don't need to really maneuver. They could just shoot.
What you're talking about.
realistically, I don't think one of those ships is making it.
I don't think anything on this
Also,
map is gonna be there when we
realistically,
fucking-
it can't really be considered a heavy hitter because we don't have magical ammunition. So I think at best, either of those ships are doing.
We were gonna have mages mess with the cannons, right? The cannonballs, at least. We're gonna so they do magical damage, so they actually do something.
This tomorrow. Like, do we have time to do that? Have they been doing that? Or did we just say
They've
They
been
do it in the
doing
moment, I
it.
thought.
They've been doing it.
Oh.
The question is how many have they been able to do?
My question is, would we be able to have a ship like right there, just behind him, that could shoot the cannons through his
Well, definitely-
legs?
I don't
We could
think that
position
one,
the
though.
other ones in different spots, and just so we make sure one of the ships hopefully makes it out and is able to just provide fire through his legs, because the Colossus can't move his
Well-
legs. He's stationary. He can swing. So
Okay,
one of the
but
ships I think
they're
should definitely be
sitting-
there.
If that ship is sitting right there, Sammy, what is their like? Is it just they can only shoot basically straight forward? Like there's no like cone. It's not a cone at all. It would just be straightforward basically.
For the ships,
They
you
can
mean?
aim the cannons slightly, I thought.
Yeah, I mean the cannons can aim anywhere on their side. So if you have the arc like it is on the map now, you'd be getting use out of half of your cannons, but you would be able to you can move the ballistas and the mangonels and everything else that's on the deck a full 360. So
But
you'd be
isn't the statue like right there. I don't.
yeah,
understand
but you have to
I
think
mean,
the
if you
statue
guys
is
would
enormous. You can absolutely shoot anything you want through the legs.
If you guys want, we could have the other ship there instead and have 3 cannons, have the Arc of Fate where the other one is, or, placement wise, whatever. I think we should definitely have a ship right there.
How
That's just
far
my
is
opinion. I guess we don't
the
have to do that, but it
range?
just kind of makes sense to me.
What's the
what if we
range of the
protect the
cannons
Navy
and
ships
stuff?
more?
The 150?
Something like that.
I think so. Well, 150 would be where the blue is, so it has the same range as.
The end of the blue, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
would be the same range as the statue. So basically, this ship would only help if Trumbullcrates actually came all the way over here.
Yeah, which I-
but 150 isn't a super high range for the other ships either. I mean, besides, if we can get him in that range with the
ship should
Colossus
probably
to
just be on
fight,
the other side. I was just thinking the ship should be on this side.
will that hinder the Colossus at all?
Not at all.
Okay. I mean, if that's what you guys think, then that's fine. I just figured if we had one right there, then I don't know, maybe it would be more protected and have a better chance of making it out if we were all to make it out. But
I will say to add in the strategy here, if you do want to have one of your ships sort of stationed horizontally like that, your ship only has 2 cannons on each side, and then 1 in the back and 1 in the front. The Tromocrates has none in the back and none in the front, but 3 on each side. So it might be wiser to have the Tromocrates fill that role, so you have 3 cannons instead of 2.
We can't move the cannons to the other side of the ship.
The stationary.
No.
Oh, I'm imagining those cute little wheel ones. Like, my brain said goodbye. So sorry.
There's only so many cannon holes in a ship.
I thought it was like a whole window of cannon holes, just so we could add more.
No.
Can I break a hole? Like, how does this work? Do I have a day to carpenter this? So the
How
Tromocrates
much-
can send?
Yeah, I would say then.
How much movement would it take for the arc to like turn all the way around? Like,
It would be based on the nose and the amount of squares it goes through.
Yeah, so they can't just like swivel. There has to be, it has to be
Well,
propelled.
Well, it's
right?
part
By, like-
it's part of the movement turn of a ship. Per round, they can turn 90 degrees.
Okay.
so what if we had the arc kind of like doing a circle to utilize all cannons so they could shoot like a little bit more, Does that make sense?
Like it was kind of positioned at an angle to start, and then for its turn, it would just move and keep moving, so we could get full use of the cannons.
Yeah, so because it takes an action to reload on the side.
Okay.
So if we keep it moving, maybe we can, because it has one on the front and back.
But is this
too.
how big the battlefield's gonna be?
I
Like,
believe
theoretically?
so. I've thought about maybe making it a little bit bigger, but I think it's going to be this.
Will anything from the docks be able to reach, like, this area maybe?
But
Some spells will, potentially some arrows. I haven't counted it out. But that's
So I
why.
assume the docks are just kind of like.
Yeah, so which is why we have a mage by each foot to sort of spell snipe over there, but we also have a mage at
Oh, I see.
each ballista island as well, so that it's sort of
Gotcha.
2 tiers of magic.
how big these little islands? We can shove other people on here too, right?
Yeah, I mean they're not terribly large, and they already have 2 people. They're going to have 1 soldier manning the ballista and 1 mage at each island. So
Yeah.
you can't fit a ton more people, but you can fit people there. Yes.
So we're basically fitting like our own teams across these 4 ships.
Across the 4 ships, you could also put some on the islands. You could put some on the docks. You could put people in the air. You could. The world's your oyster.
I mean, you have your
I definitely
steed.
think we should explore
So-
Airstone,
Yeah. That'd be easy. I'll sit on the Colossus.
especially
shoulder.
with the mines. We can like arcane gate or push them through an arcane gate to fall through the air. You know, so
I mean,
like
we also have
there's a
water
couple
walk.
options there.
Like,
Yeah, I was
sure, you
gonna
guys just be
ask
on the
that.
water.
yeah, we have people who
Yeah.
won't be attacking but supporting, right? We can have like someone just like
Yeah.
water walk us all, and that way in case. I definitely don't want to be running across the ocean to fight Tremocrates, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be beneficial.
But it's
to
better than
have
being
that.
in the water if you don't have a good swim speed.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
a swimming speed now, and it'll make it take my steed.
I mean, if I can water walk, I can.
Yeah, well, that 140 like movement or whatever you do
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Call
It's
it
like I have an
tsunami.
80-foot walking speed when I use my boots.
Be nice.
Oh my god.
I finally catch up to
All right.
140, and then boom. In the
So,
dust.
what should our next step be? If we have a general idea of where the ships could be,
I will also say, because this is a game of Dungeons and Dragons and you guys are the players, I will let you guys decide where each of the spell glyphs and symbols and mines are placed on this battlefield.
They're so rare. Oh, what do the purple ones do?
So right now, the purple ones are slow, and the green one is the vitriolic sphere.
The green
I
ones.
think the slow should definitely be kind of towards the middle, maybe like the
And there are 3 slows right now and 1 vitriolic.
at least around here,
Right
like
now,
one of them
closer
where
to
this
here.
one is.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, just in case he tries to get in the circle. Because if I summon him to the circle, that's where he'll probably show up. And then
Yeah.
if he tries to run, you know, he'll be slowed. And then the ballista can attack and the ships can attack and stuff. So I definitely think
Well,
one should be
is
there,
it-
but I'm not sure where the other ones would
If
be.
this is what we're assuming he's pulling up, should we have one of the ships over here then behind him so he can't like back up and go well, I mean he could use one thing, you know.
Real quick,
I mean, he can still
apologies.
back up
What
and attack him.
decision did I miss?
You
We're
haven't,
just
you haven't
like-
missed any decisions.
Yeah, we're
We're
putting
just
the
discussing.
ships down.
Sorry.
Maybe just put him here then.
Oh, good.
Is
So bring the purples.
DC is here?
In this
Purple
meeting, no.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought we had like
Oh.
everybody.
I thought we
Wait,
were
wait,
doing
wait,
order.
I thought you said you didn't want the council. Like you wanted everyone to clear.
The coalition.
Well,
the
I mean, we wanted
coalition.
Theseus.
I don't know if we did that
Theseus,
yet.
Theseus and Triea are both not here. They have gone off together.
My demigod.
Coalition.
We wanted them here.
Oh, whatever.
Doesn't
Okay.
that trident
Um,
create like force fields and whatnot?
Cube of Force, yes, but we don't have it anymore because I gave it back right before
Theseus
we
will be
fucking
there.
died.
So what if
Theseus
Oh,
will
yeah.
most likely be channeling far more powerful magic than that.
Can
Damn it.
we get some of the people from the coalition in that know how many of the bombs we have and all of that, so we know what
So,
we
like the
have
leader of
to
the
place?
army and mages.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we know what we have to place.
What is getting
Right now, completed, and the ones that will be completed by tomorrow, you have 6 mines.
Heard. Those
I
are the
will-
force
Were we
damage.
able to make
explosive
them
bubbles?
Yeah,
a little bigger on the map just for like placement wise, just for a second? Because I think I can
Yeah.
only see the 2, 3. Okay.
happens
The
4.
mines
Oh,
are...
the purple ones just blend in.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I
That's-
believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you wanted to do half force and half psychic for the
I-
mines.
I have no idea.
Thought so,
Something
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have 3
For them?
force and 3 psychic.
I thought you meant like did like 1 and 1. I was like, that is a weird bomb.
No. Like, it's one or the other.
Heard.
So the purple are...
And these
Force.
are like we just leave them there wherever we put them. Like they can't really
Yes.
move much without exploding.
Yeah.
So that we also have to avoid hitting them.
Yeah, I mean, the mines are less specific than the spillglyphs. They will explode upon impact.
Yay! Like those fish are friends, not food scene.
Exactly, yeah. Alright, so purple are force, pink are psychic.
Where are we? I'll let Alexios pick where these go. Actually, I don't know anything.
Well, I definitely think one of the slows should be there how we talked about. Maybe some other ones near the ships, in case they try to run
okay.
past the ships or do damage on the way out. I'm not sure.
Wait, so we'll leave this one here,
Yes.
and then you want this one near. But I mean, our ship will be moving, so these are gonna be near these other 2 are gonna be near the smaller ships that are just ballistas. Is that what the smaller ships are just for?
Are they just ballistas? Sure. I mean, they could be.
Curious.
Yeah, maybe like kind of in a general area near the ship and like where he could swim away. I don't know. So the purple ones are the
The king definitely
force
didn't
or
die.
psychic?
Force.
Yeah,
And
purple
the
is
pink
was
force,
psychic.
pink is psychic. Yeah.
What does this weird green thing do?
Green is
That's
the
the
vitriolic
vitriolic
sphere.
sphere.
What's the okay?
Vitriolic sphere, it makes someone do a dex save or else take 10d4 acid damage and then another 5d4 at the end of their next turn.
Oh damn. Well, you can put that wherever you want. Away from it.
Should that also be in like the main path we think he would swim away in? Because I think he would just beeline, right? Like just if he's like here or even here in this area, if we summon him in, depending on how big he is, wouldn't he just try to like swim away this way if he was able to? Because I don't
And
think he would try to
also-
go around an island, right?
I'll also add that by tomorrow you will have the psychic lance and the synaptic static as well.
And then will
That'll be
Nora be doing the 2 symbols?
I think we gave them money for it. Where did Nora go? Was it
I
Nora?
Yeah.
have enough money
I
to
gave them
do-
money for it, yeah.
Are we doing?
Well,
I
to-
think so.
Cliffs?
If I go into it with no 7th level spells, or I do 2 right now, take a long rest all day, do 2 more, take a long rest, and have
You
the 2
can't
the
take
next.
2 long rests within 24 hours.
Oh well, fuck it. Then I can't do that. I can go into it with no 7th level spells and make 4.
No.
Let's
That
not
doesn't
do that.
sound- Let's not do that.
I
Let's
can
just do
make
2.
3 and go into the battle with 1 7th level spell.
No, let's just do 2. Just do 2 so you have 2
yeah,
seventh level
because then
spells.
just do 2 because then you'll be minus points anyway. So,
Well,
That
I'll
makes
say
sense.
if I do the minus hit points thing, I can heal up before.
but we just had
With
that weird
healing
encounter
word.
with like, healing.
Remind me.
I was going to use healing word
Synaptic
myself before the battle.
Static is hold on,
Synaptic,
Also
yeah,
other-
synaptic. So just to remind you what all these spells do. Synaptic static, they need to make an intelligence save or else they take 8d6 psychic damage, and for the next minute they subtract 1d6 from all attacks, ability checks, and concentration checks. Psychic Lance, they also need to make an intelligence save or else they take 7d6 psychic damage and they're incapacitated until the start of their next turn.
So,
Have you ever seen those
Um,
wouldn't it make
if I'm
sense to
gonna
have
be
synaptic static maybe in a group with these other ones to try, like, if this is the main path we think they're gonna maybe try to run in or move in, then we could do that
we
and
have
maybe
any way
have,
Moving these?
I don't know.
Any way of what?
Like moving them after they've been like if I
No.
don't
So
know.
right now,
Gotta
like
get them
as
to-
players, I'm letting you place these, but once they're placed, they're placed.
yeah, like if I wanted to like purposely make one explode that was like close enough to him.
I mean, you could just hit it with something.
Okay, heard. I was like, if I shoot it with an arrow, will it go off? Like I was like, how does this little bomb
Yeah.
work?
Yeah.
What do we have it set
They're
to right now?
proximity based.
Proximity based. There we
Yeah.
go. Okay, heard. Can I shoot it with an arrow to get it to like move 5 feet to the left or something?
I mean, that's extremely risky. If you shoot it with an arrow, it might just explode.
Ah, damn. What about those like? Oh, I guess your blast don't do that anymore, do they? Repelling blast or whatever.
No, I changed that for more damage, I think, a few levels ago.
Yay. And then what kind of manpower outside of our own manpower? Actually, I guess just give us our character. Give us give us everything. Give me all the pieces and we'll just
Okay.
we'll figure it out somehow.
So all the pieces you have at your disposal. Beyond, you have the symbols, you have the spell spheres, and you have the mines. You have archers that are going to be placed around the Colossus's feet,
How many of
basically
those are
on the shore. Huh?
How many like 20?
You'll have about 20 archers. Yeah. You'll have a soldier manning each ballista on each island. You'll have a mage on each island with those soldiers. You'll also have a mage by each foot of the Colossus. You'll have the Tromocrates. You'll have the Ark of Fate. You might have some Nepiosian survivors if they exist and if they can get there in time. And you will have some enchanted cannonballs to do some damage.
What type of mages are
So
they?
I think aside
They're
from
gonna
planning-
be mages from the school that specialize in most likely evocation, powerful elemental magic.
I need to know one thing as far as where some of the stands, because I need to get supplies for certain spells. How many symbols do we want to do? Because I can do up to 3 and go into the battle with 1 7th level spell slot, or do 2 and have both and have the possibility
I
of
already
2 7th
gave them
levels.
1,000 gold for the resources, so
I thought we just do this. I thought we
do what
agreed
you
on
will with that.
I can do 3 because I just have my normal 7th level spell slot, and I can hold on to, or I can make a 7th level spell slot, or I can do 2 and have Underbrush to possibly do a shit ton of healing to one person.
I say just do 2.
I
Just
say-
do 2.
Okay.
I vote too.
Then the other
'Cause
thing
I
is,
gave him 1,000 gold for whatever you were gonna do. So
Yeah.
I think if 2 is what we were gonna do, then just do 2 so you have those spells available.
okay, that's what I need to check, because there's other stuff as far as all of like the spellcasters in general. All of us are going to need supplies for certain spells, because once you get into the higher level spells, we have to have supplies that are consumed by the spell.
Okay.
Are we going to have enough supplies for all of us to be able to be casting those high level spells?
I think those
I
guys.
don't
You
have
guys are going to be
too
some of
many
the
super high-level
highest
spells.
level. You guys are going to be some of the most high level spellcasters on the battlefield.
Okay.
Yeah, I only have a couple super high
They
level
have a
spells,
sword,
but those are like with stuff from my class and items. So
We should be
Hands
fine.
don't go that.
Well,
way.
like
I
a
don't need a
lot of
crazy amount of
mine
resources.
cost things like
Is this
crazy.
Is this a you question then? Do you need help finding items
Well,
and consumables?
I thought that like the mages were also going to be able to cast some of the higher level spells.
They're all
and
bringing
they-
their own supplies.
But I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, within the city of Athens, is there going to be enough?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, that's what I was
Athens
concerned
is
about, because
one
I know
of the
that was a
largest
problem
cities
with
in the world.
Delphi.
Yeah.
I know
No.
that was a problem with
Athens
Delphi
is like
before.
8 times as large as Delphi.
Okay, I was just making sure, because I know we had that problem before of not being able to have
Yeah.
enough
no, you're
stuff,
fine.
basically.
You're fine.
And then, are you focusing on healing? Am I focusing on healing? Are we getting other healers in the battle?
It's up to you. I
actually kind of want
can. But
So
I'm
here's,
also...
here's a big question. A big question is, where are you guys going to be?
That's
pieces.
going to
Let's
depend
find
on
out.
who's focused on healing for the two of us as to where we
What-
sit.
If
Well-
Elme gets water walk, then I can just fly around and try to stay out of reach. And with the flying speed of like 90, I could pretty much get close to everyone if I try hard
Are
enough.
there going to be
So
other
do you want to
spellcasters
focus on
that can
healing?
use Arcane Gate to deposit like the mines wherever we need them to go?
I could. I started doing
Because
my
500
spell
feet is a good distance on this map. You know, from
Yeah.
the ship on the blue square, like 500 feet, that's the
We could
whole
always-
battlefield.
We could also scatter the gate stones amongst the boats, so we can get from like
Yeah.
one side of the battlefield to the other if we needed to in like a one-time emergency.
Yeah.
We
Well-
should set
Well,
healers
okay.
in that back ship.
As far as it goes for who's going to be where, I can heal, but a lot of my healing spells are within like 60 feet or 30 feet.
I think
Most healing spells are that.
Yeah,
I was
and
I
like,
think we should have
why
the
did
mines.
I didn't take a long rest? That's why my spells don't look right. Hold up.
I think we should have the
Well-
mines on one of these back islands or his feet, because 500 feet, I just measured, is literally the whole battlefield. That's the range of Arcane Gate. So if anyone else can do Arcane Gate, if I need to, I
Vanix
will.
can.
But I
Vanix
only
can.
have 3 spell slots. So if someone else can do it, like back here, we can hit anywhere on the battlefield with the mines if we push them and drop them through the air or just in the space.
So
I mean,
just
If they're
so I can
mines,
start.
you know-
All right, so I can start placing some people. If you want Vanix to be doing that, you'd like Vanix to be by one of the feet.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Yes.
yeah.
What else can Vanix
That way they
do?
also have a good
Give us
amount of
some
cover
them?
behind the legs of the Colossus.
But don't you have to see where the arcane gate is going? Is that how that works?
Well, yeah, they can still pop
Yeah.
out and look, but 500 feet is the whole battlefield. So they can, as long as they're on a bit of land and they can see most of the battlefield. Where, okay.
So
I will remind you all that you have copies of all of these people's character sheets.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can pull that.
Um,
Um,
as
Moving the
far as it
mines
goes
10
for
feet.
healing, I know
So-
we're super spread out for healing. Adagio, I think both of us should focus on healing.
Okay, well, the last time we split our healers up, Phaeton died. So I'm a little skeptical when it comes to you guys protecting your healers.
I was
And
gonna
Anora
question.
say
always dies.
that's why I was.
should
thank
we?
you. That's why I was gonna
plan-
say both of us heal.
And
Should we
Nemeos will be
plan-
with us too, right?
Well, he's gonna be on the ship.
Well, he'll be with, well, like us, quote unquote.
Yeah.
He'll be out there healing somewhere too, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
we-
if
we
you're
should just
flying
get,
around,
Me flying around, you'll stick to one side of the battlefield and we'll have Nemeos
Well,
on the other side.
I can also fly around and
But that
heal.
looks like what you're like, well, I guess you do as you please.
No, I
Always.
was gonna take draconic. If I do draconic transformation, I get a flying speed of 60 feet. Well, I can also still have a wild shape up with that, so I can still have Chalice up and be doing the extra healing while being able to fly 60 feet per turn.
Heard. I just work here. Okay, so then we'll both heal, but y'all have to let me Beacon of Hope you first because that means that it's max healing whatever we heal. Yay!
Yeah.
I will say that I think that all of the melee people will need to have water walking on them. So
Can I cast that?
Well, can't we have some of the clerics like prep us before we blow the horn?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
like a
Yeah.
minute or two
That's the
before.
good thing about
They
setting a
just,
trap.
And they all
I
be
can
like,
also
"Here's the
cast
shields
water
of
walk
faith."
if I need to.
Yeah.
So,
can
I
cast
have a
water walk
question.
too. I don't know if I want. Wait,
Should
I guess
we-
I'm unprepared.
Should we plan the specifics of placement over the coming week and do anything else prep work wise we need to do now, like praying or talking to
Yeah.
anybody else we need to do?
You said the coming week. I was so confused for a minute until I realized you meant out of game.
Yeah.
I have something we need to address.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Region, what are you gonna fight with?
Spells and items. So my
Magic?
plan. Huh?
Dad?
My idea was that I was probably going to be on one of these islands. That way, I'm within a couple hundred feet. So if I summon him in to this area here, if he tries to run, he's going to hit the traps. If he tries to go here, there's a ship and a trap, ship and a trap. That way, I can either be on the ship or on one of these islands to cast spells with stuff I've got, or just using my spell slots. I mean, the trident only gave me a couple other cool things, but I don't need it. Lightning isn't great, but I can still do that. I still have synaptic static. I still have a couple spells with the staff of frost.
And don't forget your dragon potion thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and the
will
dragon
also
potion.
say-
So
Water.
once he's here, I'll probably maybe cast one or two things and then take that potion, or I can take it right away. That way I can maybe try to hold them in this area so the Colossus can do damage and all the ships can do damage. Whatever you guys think would work best, I can do. But my plan is to maybe cast once or twice max and then take that potion.
Can you reattune to the Pearl of Power? Because you don't need to be stealthy, so you don't need to be attuned to whatever it was for that anymore.
Yeah, hold. The Staff of Frost, Helmet of Teleportation, and the Trident of Theseus, which I no longer have, so I can unattune to that.
Yeah, I would
Wait,
and then
attune
I
to the
would
Pearl of
attune.
Power again.
Wait, you guys, wait. Does Sammy
Well-
freeze again?
Yep.
Let's just wait.
I can still hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You're frozen.
Okay, keep going.
The
I
face
I
you
am
are
frozen.
on is great, by the
Okay.
way.
Great,
Um,
love that.
Would it make sense to reattune to the Pearl of Power if I'm not going to be really casting spells much? Because if I'm going to be as a dragon, then I'm going to be a melee attacker after I cast a spell or two.
Well, I
So-
was saying you've got stuff like Synaptic Static and stuff. You've got
Yeah,
some
I would
pretty
cast
good
that
spells.
right off the bat.
I
'cause
would
I only
say
have 3 spell
cast as
slots.
many spells as possible, use the Pearl of Power, cast another spell, then turn into the dragon.
But
Well,
how
the
does
only
Pearl
thing
of
is
Power
that-
work?
The Pearl of Power takes an action, so I can't really bonus action cast a spell unless it's like Far Step, which wouldn't really do a whole lot, anything damage-wise. It's just movement. So, plus 3 rounds, 4 rounds, 5 rounds if I use the Pearl Power to get a spell slot back and then turn into a dragon. 5 rounds is a long time for this. So my thought was I could cast Synaptic Static, maybe Lightning Bolt, but I don't know how well that's going to do. And then I was going to drink the potion. 2 rounds, 2 spells of damage, and then turn into a dragon. Because if I wait, and because I have some decent spells, but nothing that's really crazy. I could do Synaptic Static twice. I could do one thing and maybe something else for like a counter spell or a control water to make a whirlpool to, I don't know, something. And then I was going to,
We can control a water.
because
a
I'm
lot
also
of
probably
water
going to
channels.
use a spell slot for Arcane Gate if I need to. If
Yeah.
we split up the mines or have any other symbols or anything. So I thought I was just going to use one spell slot right off the bat, and then another round or 2 I could cast my other 2, and then take the potion and be a dragon.
I was
I'll make a
saying
melee
to
suggestion.
have the Pearl of Power if you needed it, because you do have Counterspell, and not a lot of us have that.
True, but I'll only be able to cast it for the first 2 or 3 rounds.
Are you going to take the potion, or do we want to give it to somebody else?
No, I'm
I mean,
taking the potion. That's been
Yeah,
my
I was
plan
gonna say,
the whole
if
time.
Ryujin's gonna use his spell slots, and he really wants to do this, I thought him being a dragon would be the best.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. I just know that we don't have many people who can cast Counterspell at
Well,
all.
I'll also
I mean-
remind you that Counterspell has an extreme. It's only 60 feet. And on a map this large, counterspelling is going to be
Yeah.
rare.
Yeah, it was just a thought in case, because I'm trying to look at all possibilities right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
so we
I'm
have
sure
2
we have other
healers.
casters with us that can cast Counterspell. Maybe an
Yeah.
Emmaus or someone
Yeah.
else that'll be there. I'm sure that'll be available within someone else. I just figured I only have 3 spell slots. I'm going to be using probably one of them right off the bat, so I'll only have 2. The Pearl only brings back a 3rd level spell slot, so I won't even be able to use my strong spells to their full capacity at this point because I cast a 5th level. And that being a dragon is going to help a lot. I have the least amount of spell slots out of all of us as a caster, and can't do much else after that. So I was going to get all that stuff out right at the beginning, do as much as I could, take the potion, do melee damage, and try to keep them there while you guys hit them with everything you can.
Yeah, no, that's
we'll
fair. I just
have-
wanted to put it out there just to make sure it was thought about.
So that's perfect. We'll do 2 flying healers, a dragon, and we'll make sure that our my little melee fighters down here. You guys are at the bottom for me. Have our water walk so you guys can actually make it around. But I think Elme will probably be running around the map like that. Is Alexios going to be running around the map like that?
I have a question or a suggestion. What if we use? This is kind of bad. What if we use the gate stones to use Ryujin as bait?
I'm not against it. No, I'm not against it. I'm not against it.
I'm gonna
Listen.
say right here, right now, that's where I want to end the session tonight. I expect, or I hope, that you guys will continue strategizing throughout this week. I'm gonna keep the map up all week, so that you guys can see it and mess stuff around and all that kind of stuff. I'm also gonna add everyone's icons on it, so you can place people in specific spots. I'm gonna help you guys do whatever you need, but if we sit here and strategize the entire thing, we're gonna be here forever. So
I'm gonna make some notes real quick.
yeah.
Sorry, the way you said it.
So thank you guys so much for joining us. We will be back same time, same place next week for what is bound to be a very exciting session. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. Bye.